Hello, everybody, and welcome to Non-Effort and your favorite one of us is back. No more crap, boring, play it by the book, paint by numbers. Old. I don't know. I was trying to watch it last week. It was hard to watch because you were on a tiny little TV and we had like dial-up internet in a barn.
You should have just left it at. It was hard to watch.
It was hard to watch. It was tough. I know at one point you said, we can say that Brad isn't here, we'll get away with it, but I can't remember what it was about.
Yeah.
But me
probably
and Liam laughed.
nothing. Yeah, because
whatever it was. Whatever it was,
shit
made
we
me
would
laugh.
say if you were here,
Welcome everybody to Non-Effort, our Friday show, our sort of interim Friday show, the intermission between shows, where we just chit chat. We sort of just talk about TTRPG stuff, Tablestory stuff, our shows, and it's all sort of motivated by submitted questions that people have sent us during the week on our Discord, which you can join at tablestory.tv/Discord. Is that correct? Does that work? I think it does.
Yes, that is correct.
Several questions submitted this week, and also potentially a new trailer. Ooh, for an upcoming top quality, top build. I would say no effort spared. Narrative experience with a high production quality,
reach through
unique
the monitor and grab you by the throat right now,
and
that would be excellent.
An unbelievable twist on the TTRPG genre. Brought to you by
raising that bar beyond unknown. Fucking Christ.
So I highly recommend that we hit that top
Jesus
incentive there, because really it's going to blow
it's
your
totally
tiny mind.
Worth that money.
Oh God.
It's the best trailer I've ever made.
Can you tell that we're all exhausted?
Oh, I'm so
both mentally and physically.
So tired.
I don't have much of an excuse in terms of my week, but I do for the day. Today has been so annoying for me. My week has been lovely because I'm not doing two shows. You know, I had a penultimate episode.
Yeah.
I have a finale next week. Those can be tricky. Those can be tricky. Should have been a question, really, shouldn't it? Maybe we'll do it.
Yeah.
After
finale next week? Question mark. Imagine if that's what we did for all of the shows. We're like, you guys want to do this for another week? If we don't hit the goal, next week is the finale.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. Oh my God. No.
It's like a subathon, but like,
you'd have to write a finale every fucking week just in case. Dear God. And also, just what the hell would that do to your mental state?
Destroy it.
Yeah, destroy it.
But I mean, if you don't really have a mental state at the moment,
what's left?
Like, what's left, you know? Just the dregs.
Yeah. What's left but the dregs?
Yeah. I can't tell if I'm like...
Who are we but our memories? What's left but the dregs? On a t-shirt.
Yeah. I can't tell if I'm like on the verge of a mentee bee or if I'm just like, I've had a breakthrough and I'm fucking chill as fuck because I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. Literally nothing
really
else can touch me now.
Schrodinger's state.
Yeah.
You really don't know. You genuinely can't tell. You're like, am I chill or am I about to lose it?
Yeah.
I almost had one
my
this
fucking
week.
mind. Yeah.
When I put together the task list for the stuff that I need to finish for Oscara and like all that stuff, I was just like, if people were watching the stream like earlier in the week for me, I was just like, ooh, it was close.
That pressure, there's nothing like it. I don't have it at all. It's so nice to be free of it, you know, for a little bit.
Yeah.
You have to really relish in it between when it's your time off. But also, as of like next Wednesday, I'll be like double clear of it. I'll be clear of 2 shows, which is the weirdest place to be for a bit, right?
So I had that with Draconim and then Deathless ending. And honestly, I think I would have been okay. But obviously you don't plan for things like, you know, a pet dying or whatever. So it's like, I'm just at that. I was doing that this morning, Whack, where I kind of laid out all the shit that I need to do still by next Wednesday. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, and I did that thing where Mergs was visiting, right? Which, you know, was pre-planned, you know, way before, obviously, my cat and everything. And she was like, are you sure you don't need to, like, do work? And I was like, no, you're here. I'm not going to do any work. Meanwhile, in the back of my head, there's, like, a little mini-me that's like, you're killing your cat. There's fire everywhere. What are you doing? What are you fucking crazy? There's, like, alarms and alerts going off. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun place to be. It's a real fun place to be.
Yep.
This is how you know that that we're creative people, because instantly in my head I set up an entire scenario of fake little PBs in your brain that were trying to manage the dumpster fire in the background.
Yeah, in the background.
And it was like you've got like the fucking protests going on right now in America. Like you got PBs dressed in full
I'm on strike,
with rubber bullets.
If you think I'm gonna do all of this in 2 days, never again. Psychotic bitch. I'm on strike. Yeah.
God.
Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Thanks, Aquasnakes, for the $33.33. I was waiting for PB to scream.
No, but I'm perfect number. Also, I see people using the new emote for the new show.
What is that?
What do you mean? It's Bigfoot.
Couldn't you tell?
Couldn't you tell?
I thought it was Sonic the Hedgehog. I thought it was a Sonic the Hedgehog show.
Oh.
Is it? I thought it was a Sonic the Hedgehog show. Set in the Sonic the Hedgehog world. The way some people would absolutely love it so much if we did that. I tried to sit through one of have you seen that Sonic movie?
No.
It is.
I've never seen any of the Sonic.
Honestly, a fever dream.
The one with with like Jim Carrey and all that shit, right? Like a fucking
the one with
Yeah.
So I watched
See how far
45 minutes.
Yes.
I think 45 minutes.
It is.
And then I felt so much dumber.
It is honestly the closest I've ever felt to like I'm in a fever dream.
Yeah, wait. Speaking of dumb TV versus great TV, Mergs and I watched this show that I'd never heard of before, and I need to know if you two have seen it. Let me try to think of the name. Blackbird. Have you heard or seen of that? It was so fucking good. Like, I haven't watched a show that I felt the need to binge in a very long time. We stayed up till 5:30 in the morning watching this show.
Not.
I haven't done that in actual years.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, and yeah. Oh, it's so good. You need to watch it.
It has been on my list for a very long time.
I had never heard of it.
It came out, and I can't remember why I didn't watch it as and when, but I didn't watch it when it was on. And then, you know, when stuff just falls to the back of the list, I'll watch it. I will watch. I've been watching The Handmaid's Tale, which is...
You are a fool. Like, what? Some of your life decisions lately, like especially around TV, where you're like, I've been watching this or I've been doing that. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong? You're either doing really well or on the precipice of a mentee V. You're on the ledge, man. I don't know.
I think honestly it's doing well. It's doing well enough to be like, oh, I can watch good shit.
To be like, I can handle this. Yeah. But then you get served a leftovers meme and you're like, oh, no,
It's not fair. Anne Dowd is in The Handmaid's Tale as well from The Leftovers. She's the kind of like older woman, the like character actor.
Wait. Who?
Just Google Anne Dowd.
Okay.
And you'll see her and be like, oh, her. And you'll just, I guess you have to do it. Yeah. And she appeared in this fucking show and I went, straight away. Because she's from The Leftovers. But yeah, no.
Okay, bet, Mergs. Start today. No.
You can't watch The Leftovers and be fine at all. It is the worst. It's the worst show I've ever seen because it's the best show I've ever seen. But the damage it did to me. No show, no show has ever literally left me in like a comatose state.
*Halt and Catch Fire* did for me as well.
That was
they both
very
kind of affected
close.
me in very.
I watched them like
ways.
very close to one another as well. Like I remember watching *Leftovers* and then watching *Halt*
Mr.
like
Robot
very
for me.
soon.
Mr. Robot was also
about
really
Mr.
good.
Robot.
Yeah,
Mr. Robot
Mr. Robot
fucked me
was
up.
also really good.
Mr. Robot. No one told me that show was like all about being lonely.
Yeah.
And everyone let me watch it 3 days after my fucking divorce.
Okay, as if we have any control over what you actually watch.
And watched it thinking it was about hacking.
Yep.
Okay, well,
Mr. Robot and Afterlife both obliterated me.
Afterlife was pretty good. I feel like I finished that. It was only the one or two seasons, right?
Yeah.
Might have even only been the one, but yeah, that was really good too. I like that too.
Much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It didn't
why.
have the same effect as some of the other ones did, but yeah. *Halt and Catch Fire*, dude. You know what? The other one that was good was like *Station 11*, but that didn't leave me feeling down. That
*Station
made
11's
me feel
weird,
like,
where it's it was the thing that I was trying to do in *Unknown*, where it's like
success.
They're trying to just put the worst situation ever, but it's always like a weird positive spin kind of on it, even though it's obviously like awful. It's kind of, you come away from it with like a positive feeling, kind of.
Yeah.
It's about hope, that show, I think, more than like being an exploration of the devastation of loneliness or grief or something. Yeah. Yeah, *Handmaid's Tale* is brutal.
I don't know how I felt about *Blackbird* afterward when it was done. There were a couple moments where, so like, do you guys want to know nothing? Can I tell you the concept? Okay,
I know the concept,
I shouldn't say anything. Well, I don't want to say this to you anyway. It was a realization I had while watching it, and if you make the same realization, I just think it would be super dope. So I'm not going to say anything at all.
Right, yeah. Yeah, *Handmaid's Tale* is just you should have watched it by now. You don't want to watch it while we watch our world burn around us.
Yeah.
Because I think if I watched it in like 2018 when the first season was, I would have been like, oh yeah, this is scary. Yeah. And I'm watching it now like it's the news. And I'm like,
yeah, I've seen a lot of people being like, holy shit, *Handmaid's Tale*. So I'm like, okay, well then I guess I don't want to be watching that fucking show.
It's weird. It's like watching footage. It's really like there are broad strokes in that show which are like incredibly unrealistic and unbelievable, but there's like good bits where you're like, oh, I know, it's just kind of scary, and you're like, oof.
Yeah.
What else? And now I'm like, I'm in. I gotta finish it.
Yeah.
I gotta finish what I started. I've been having little anime breaks in between seasons.
Oh, that's good.
Just to make sure that I don't, because I'll just, I'll start walking around in a red dress and a little white bonnet. You know, I'll be too deep into it. It'll be over.
I haven't had like anything really on my radar lately. Like I put like stupid shit on in the background, and it's hilarious because I watched a TikTok this morning with what's her name, Jamila Jamil?
Yep.
Is that her name?
I saw the same one, not on TikTok.
I sent it to you.
Yeah.
I sent it to you.
Oh, I'm not on TikTok, but yes, I saw the same thing where she explains the directive.
So there's a new directive now on TV shows where they're purposefully dumbing them down. This is like confirmed. This is like a real thing. This isn't a joke.
It's also not super new. It's been like the last 5 years, so it's only going to get worse. But it explains a lot of why TV is the way that it is now.
They've dumbed down TV. Legit. Like, this is real. Because they need to take into account the fact that everybody's on their phones all the time. So
yeah, it's called second screen viewing.
Yep. So they need to have it be like a legit thing in the background as opposed to you applying your full focus to the show.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Yep. Yes, that.
Yeah, exactly that. So yeah, the character's dialogue gets stripped down, becomes a lot more direct. Plots can't be overly complex.
You know what I think people should do is what I do. And it is when I feel myself going to my phone in the middle of stuff, just pause the fucking thing and allow yourself to have a fucking TikTok break or whatever. You know, don't try and do both. Just accept that you can't sit through a 40-minute show anymore or a 2-hour movie and take the TikTok break. And then get back to the show. You know what I mean? It's the only way to do it. That being said, I did have on this morning for an hour. I had Ghost of Yotei on the TV, and I had
you were on TikTok,
and I had Celebrity Traitors on the laptop, and there was a point where I was also on TikTok.
Celebrity Traitors.
And I was like,
I don't even know what that is.
What about? It's like a reality TV show. It's just pure mindless shit. It's my break.
Why would you watch that? You lived it.
For being betrayed by everyone I love.
Celebrities, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like, it's basically like the show The Traitors is Among Us, basically. But with humans. They put them in a castle and they make them play Among Us. I love reality TV. I love watching people. It's like the people watching element of it. I just love watching everyone be just, they start out and they're like, hello, lovely to meet you. And by the end of it, they're just chimps trying to fucking kill each other.
Pure cancer for me.
It's my fucking life. They have to be good ones. Like some of them.
Is this cake or, you know, weird shit like that? I don't mind that aspect of reality TV, but I can't watch the stuff that I know is fake.
Yeah. The only ones that I can tolerate are like the ones where people are doing interesting shit. Where it's like, oh, we're gonna go to this, you know, like the car ones where they're like, we go to the scrap yards and we do this, like that kind of shit. I can watch.
The dad ones.
Yeah. Or like
the ones where they go to
fire.
What's the one called where they open up the storage containers and they?
Oh no, I can't watch that shit.
That's like the most dad show of all time. I can't
watch those. No. I can watch. I like the ones where people show skills. Those are the ones that I find enjoyable. So
you're
like
a sociopath, you know what I mean? Like just relax, okay? Jesus, watch an episode of The Traitors.
Wait a minute.
Well,
watch the Celebrity Traitors, and I'm the sociopath.
Dude, okay. How about this? We're gonna watch
sociopath.
We're gonna watch an episode of The Traitors, and you tell me if it ain't good. No, because you don't know what it is. This is the thing.
Exactly
I'm a connoisseur.
How much?
I'm a connoisseur.
Did we watch that on stream?
Probably.
I was gonna say, if we could, then like put it as a
TV.
Put it as a thing, and we'll watch.
Watch
it.
What we do? You know what we do have to do as a friend group is because Brad and I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima and Brad is playing Ghost of Yotei. We need to have a Kurosawa movie day every week.
Okay.
I'll absolutely do that.
Yep, I'd be down.
I would also watch the other one, 13 Assassins or whatever.
Have you played these games, PB?
Oh.
Do you like Kurosawa movies?
Yeah.
You would like these games.
They're just Kurosawa movie games.
I'm sure I would enjoy the game as well, but they're just very long, so I have to you know, kind of add that to the list of PB will take twice as long to get through that game. Yeah. It's just like, you know, I've got Fallout and then I've got all this other stuff, but I'll get to it eventually.
How long did it take you to beat Blueprints?
It's not a game that you beat.
Unbelievable.
So I haven't beaten it. Yeah. It's so good.
Absolutely unacceptable.
I love it so much. I love it so much.
Dabiru, thanks for the $50. Keeper, thanks for the 6.9.
Nice.
What she wanted. Yeah, no, the Traitors is good. UK Traitors season 2 is some of the best reality TV you'll ever see in your life. And
I like the Don't Laugh show where the comedians try not to laugh. No?
Oh,
okay, cool.
They're new?
What?
It's a new show.
No, it's an older show, but they do, seasons, so they'll have new comedians on.
I saw a UK one of those.
Yes.
And I remember being so depressed when I watched it. It was like literally, I don't know when, some point this year, I was just fucking had such a shit week.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember watching this show late at night. It's like 11 p.m. And I was so moody and so pissed off and sad. And I was laying there like laughing so much.
Yeah.
There's some shit in those that is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yes, I agree. I very much enjoy the show. Also, the UK, there might be a new US version, but I haven't seen that one yet. I've only seen the UK version.
Where they're all like, it's presented by Jimmy Carr.
Yes. Yeah. And they're all like,
that's hilarious.
In the same like room. Yeah, I know. It's very good.
It's one of the funniest things ever. Bob Mortimer is in that, and he makes me laugh so much.
Yeah.
I can't
did you see his presentation?
His presentation. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
It's the presentation is really fucking funny, but every time they cut to the comedians who are like, oh, this motherfucker. Trying not to laugh.
Him and Richard Ayoade having a conversation.
Yes. About their dads.
Yeah. And he's like, what about your mother or whatever? And he's just like, she sold oranges or something like that. And it was just, it's the most insanely funny thing I've ever seen.
Yes.
See you later, Wack. It was good to see you.
Okay, bye,
thanks for
Wack.
joining us, Wack.
Thank you. Bye, Wack.
There's something about Bob Mortimer that I can't explain this, okay?
Holy fuck,
I can't explain this, but he reminds me of Day by Dave. And it's not that he reminds me of Day by Dave, but it's the sense of safety that I get from Bob Mortimer is the same sense of safety that I get from Dave. And I don't get that with like any celebrities ever, because I assume they're all evil until proven otherwise.
Yeah.
But I'm convinced isn't, and I don't know why. Because I've never been
it's
convinced
your
of anyone.
Nat 20 insight, I bet. Yeah.
I think he might actually, or he's the most evil one.
Yeah.
The Prince of Darkness. I also like the one. There was one that did a presentation. I think his name's Joe Wilkinson, where he was. He just read out a fisherman's thing.
Yes. I've seen that one too. That's really fucking good.
Yeah, guess
dude.
what he's in?
Yeah.
By the way, that guy.
What?
Celebrity Traitors. He's in it.
Oh
now
wow.
Now you want to watch it? Now we're gonna hang out and watch Celebrity Traitors. Watch UK Traitors season 2.
Brad is so desperate for one person.
It's because like
episode.
reality TV is a
episode.
bad. It's like it's like if you say that, everyone's like, and I get it and I agree, but there's a lot of shows under that umbrella now, and the quality is a massive spectrum.
Yes.
And by the way, I like them all because it's a comfort thing for me, where I am sitting there looking down upon them all.
Yes.
Like I am the prince of the planet. And me and my sister used to watch these shows at home.
They're your jesters.
Me and my sister would watch them and just shit talk everyone on the screen. You know, just sitting there, it would just be live roast. My sister's funnier than I am. So the two of us would just be live roasting everything happening. So it's like a comfort thing for me to just like watch these kinds of shows. But some of them are legitimately good. And I think The Traitors is a good one. It's
actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I was like, have I ever really like binged any reality TV other than like, the Last Laugh? And I did watch like all of one season of Terrace House on Mergs's recommendation, which is just like,
oh my God, the best fucking show of all time.
Right? It's so good.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's like such a wholesome version of that everyone is stuck in a house together. Yeah. Did they cancel it?
Yeah, it was.
I only saw like a season or two, but
well.
Oh no. Oh, great. Cool.
You want to know? I'll
No.
I'll message it to you. Okay. Yeah, it was the best show, and it ended perfectly, and there was no scandal.
Thank you.
Wax fucking.
He's Googling it. He's like, all right, let's find out what the
No,
fuck
I'm not.
He didn't give a shit. If he gave a shit, he would love. He would love reality TV if he was into that kind of thing, you know.
I watched.
He's into
I mean,
the scandal.
when reality TV first came out, and it was like Survivor and like Big Brother, right? Those are like, you know, two of the pioneers. I watched that shit for like 2, maybe 3 seasons, and then I was done forever.
Yeah. I didn't watch Survivor or anything, but
Survivor's dog shit. That's why Wack is watching the bottom of the barrel stuff and being like, "This is the brush with which I shall tarnish all shows in the future, such as Brad's beloved Celebrity Traitors."
I'm of the opinion that reality television is why everyone is stupid as shit.
Oh, 100%.
Like a solid like 80% of the reason.
Yeah, like all those shows that came up on E, like Kardashians and shit.
Yeah, I think it's a gateway. It opened the door for some things, but everything else compiled on top of it is pretty crazy. Also, I saw a comment in the chat that was like, I'm convinced that the second screen viewing is why a lot of books are the way that they are now, and I have a whole fucking theory on that. And it's like that the people who are writing books and getting published now, the like younger group, have only ever been exposed to this fucking shit TV and fan fiction. Not that fan fiction's bad, but like if all you're ever reading is fan fiction, then all you're ever gonna write is that kind of like blunt, dumbed down plot. It's not super complex, blah blah blah. I mean, I have read some very, very, very good fan fiction, but it's not the majority, right?
But
so it's like all you're absorbing.
When you're saying like the really dumbed down, really dog shit stuff, you're talking about stuff that Mogs likes. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Oh shit! Brad is trying to start a reality TV war.
Yeah,
tune in next Friday for the next thing, which is just going to be me with everyone in here, just doing Tablestory.
He's doing Among Us amongst our friends.
Dude, I was so good at Among Us that everyone just started killing me straight away, and I fucking really hated it so much. It pissed me off so badly. This is the only time in my life that the Nat 20 insight has failed me because of a success. You know, like I rolled the Nat 20 insight on everyone around me.
I had like 8 jokes that I could not make just now.
No, I worded it in a way that made perfect sense.
Yeah.
When the Nat 20, not when the insight check failed.
Yeah.
Because the insight check has failed me, and I've been like, in my insight checks, I have like a +7 to insight. I'm sure this guy's fine. Father, no!
Oh, God.
But when I do critically succeed, to the point where it's every single game of Among Us and everyone just goes, get him out. You know, get him out. Also, I'm good at lying when I want to lie for fun. You know, I wish I could use it for evil. I'd rule the world. I'd be president of the United States.
100%.
But when I'm allowed to use it for fun, like Among Us, or like a surprise for someone, or like with a show, a fucking Tablestory show where you're like, oh yeah, no, this character isn't going to die in episode 1. When I get to lie like that, I'm good at it.
Fucking ruined me. I should have known.
I mean, it's the same as Unknown. Trying to get stuff past you. No, but it's like trying to get stuff.
Trying to get
past you is, it requires full-time
a
work.
great way to do that is to be like, hey, let's all build characters together. Let's all like plan for a full. It was fucking
worked.
Genius, dude. It was perfect. Yeah.
And it was the only way to do it.
Yeah.
And you all felt actual loss.
Yeah.
Which is what I wanted.
Sucked. Yeah.
You to feel.
Super sucked.
But
it was awesome. And
just a reminder, everybody, this show is one of the ways that we keep Tablestory afloat.
It will be the finale next week if you don't.
This is the way that we are able to pay for music and art and, keep ourselves alive and whatnot. So if you want to help keep Tablestory going, one of the best things you can do is tip us here. And if we get tips, then we can start talking about some different stuff. We got a few questions and things.
They want us to talk about TV.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess.
The problem.
Oh,
We need
that's
to talk
fine.
about something much more boring. Can't literally
do it.
the books that Mergs reads.
Well, actually, I did see this comment from Christine about the conversation started back with 50 Shades, because 50 Shades was originally fan fiction and didn't take the traditional publishing path, and so that's kind of maybe where that started. But I have a whole theory that it's like,
thank you,
it's because
Christine, for the
when
15
you're writing,
and anonymous for the 100.
Thank you so much. But it's because when you're writing fan fiction, you're kind of you're not necessarily relying, but whether you intend to or not, you are using characters that are already established and the work has already been put in for you. So people go into that fan fiction going, oh, I already know who this character is in my head. Like, I've got a vibe for this character. You don't have to put in the work to describe who this character is to anyone. All you have to do is reinforce what their confirmation bias is on that character. And it's a different type of work that you are putting in. So then when you take that and then transplant it and just change the names and change the world and do a little bit of stuff with it, people read it and go, well, this falls flat a little bit. It's because you're not putting in the work to like describe those characters initially and make people fall in love with those characters. You're using characters
that's why they're
already
making
exist.
a Hermione Draco Malfoy movie.
Yeah. Alchemized, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's alchemized, and it's based off of that I read with Mergs last time she visited. It was crazy, but it was based on both Harry Potter and also Handmaid's Tale. So when they were like, when it was announced that it would be published, I was like, how are they going to do that? Because it relied so heavily on those elements. Like, how do you change that part of the story to make it unique and yours?
Find out.
So yeah, I don't know
when the movie drops or book
maybe
or whatever
maybe don't do that. It's pretty it's pretty crazy and very trigger warningy. So yeah, maybe just
they're
look it up first.
They're doing G.I. Joe and Transformers by the same people that made Invincible for like a more adult audience. How does that work? I don't even know what G.I. Joe is.
I don't know.
G.I. Joe was a crazy fucking concept because I used to watch that shit religiously when I was
I don't know
a kid.
anything about it.
Joe.
I mean, the theme song was enough to sell anybody on that show. It was so...
Yeah.
They had banger fucking theme songs for like 80s
The
TV.
fucking 90s TV shows too, like X-Men and... Yeah.
Dude,
Oh, shit was so good,
fucking
man.
openings. Banger.
Yeah.
Like the G.I. Joe one was so hype. I remember I was friends with two brothers that were that went to my college.
This is the beginning of one of Merg's fucking books.
No. No, it's not. But they're two brothers from Hong Kong. And I was good friends with both of them.
Good luck. Keep going. Keep going. We're really invested. I can't wait to hear how this goes.
And one of them was really into G.I. Joe. And the theme song is what fucking hooked him, dude. The theme song is what fucking hooked him. And that started his art career. And he became a fucking insane, like super, super amazing fine artist. Like did really elaborate, like stunning paintings. I'm like, dude, like what got you into this? He's like, G.I. Joe. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? G.I. Joe made you paint this?
You gotta have something that starts the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting the ball rolling, Anonymous, thank you for the $100.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about traders again.
No, but oh my god, let me tell you, the way those traders have been acting. Oh, I could talk about it all night. Unfortunately, I can't because we're going to talk about the first topic, which is a question from Milo, not your low, mine. What would you spend your prep on? What would you spend your prep on if you only had 1 or 2 hours pre-session? Which skills do you think? Oh no, these are 2 questions. Yes.
Break it down.
Yeah.
First
I
question.
thought this was the whole thing. I don't know. I had 3 minutes to prepare this stream. I'm sorry. I was in a hospital.
No excuses.
What would you spend your prep on if you only have 1 or 2 hours pre-session? Which sounds pretty vague, but actually I think is an interesting thing to think. And honestly, 1 or 2 hours is a long time. I almost want to reduce that to like half an hour. Because 1 or 2 hours, honestly, I can get quite a lot done in that time. If you gave me 1 or 2 hours, imagine you just like locked me up in a basement with 2 college guys.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
We both went the same direction.
I left it. I honestly just... that's going to be a recurring joke all night.
Yeah.
If you were like... You were placed into stasis and then you wake up half an hour... Well, 2 hours before showtime.
So like every week that I run a show. I'm sleeping and then I wake up and work on the show prior to...
And we can really tell. This was really sort of a question aimed towards Whack.
Okay.
And maybe some of the other DMs out there rather than whatever bullshit PB's peddling next week. Tune in. If we lower the bar for her, the pressure starts. There's nothing worse than launching a show.
Bro, I don't have the fucking overlays done. I haven't finished the intro. Nothing. So yeah, keep it going.
Celebrity
No. Your show is already going, so you're already like mid season or whatever, and then you only have 2 hours, 1 hour, or half an hour. I think those are significantly different times. For me, I could if the ball is already rolling, and under the assumption there isn't like it wasn't left on a major shift or cliffhanger that wasn't something I was predicting for last week, and I really had very little prepared and only had 2 hours to jump into it, versus 1 hour versus like half an hour before like the call is up and everyone's on it and you're prepping that stuff. That's a big difference for me. And honestly, I genuinely think I could get quite a lot done in 2 hours. And then I'll tell you, the first thing I would think in any of these scenarios is how much can I get away with, basically. I go from being somebody that's trying to orchestrate something that is, like a creative expression of art, into a wheeler dealer. Just what corners can I cut? What can I get away with? How long can I get them to talk? Because I'm sitting in front of a blank sheet. Those are the things that I start thinking. So if I only have like a very short amount of time, I will usually start thinking, okay, where are they? What's going on? If they're in the middle of a town, I can probably just put like a weird NPC in front of them and just have them chat to him for 2 hours and kind of get away with it. Almost phone in the session and just be like, yeah, there's crazy guys in front of you, and he gives you a prophecy. Talk about it. Alternatively, honestly, if I only have a very short amount of time to prep a session and I need to sort of pad time, for me, it's an encounter. Is the next place I go. You can kind of, I don't really like filling time with an encounter. I prefer them to make sense. But there have been plenty of times when I've been like, I haven't got really time to prep this week's session, so I think they're going to fight a pterodactyl, and now they're fighting a pterodactyl. Because it's just, it's one of the best ways to eat up time, while having something for everyone to do and enjoy and be able to watch without you needing an enormous amount of pre-prep time. You pretty much just need to come up with like a battle map. If it's sometimes you don't even need to. You could just theater of the mind it if you're running something different. But for me, predominantly running D&D, a battle map, and then find something near their CR and have it run out of the woods, land on them from an alleyway or whatever. So for me, that's kind of my process. in terms of what I would spend my time prepping on if I only had, a short amount of time. 2 hours. 2 hours, though, I think I could honestly get a pretty decent session out of. If you give me 2 hours and I was already mid-show, I think I'm okay. There's probably a lot of sessions, especially of like recently SideQuest. The first half of SideQuest was very much just flying by the seat of my pants. So I probably spent less than 2 hours prepping a lot of those sessions anyway.
I think I spend probably on average about 2 hours every week before a show, but there are extremes. So like it's not really an average, like I kind of swing up and down on whether or not it's going to be like, oh, this is going to take a few days, or this is going to take, a half an hour or something. There's a lot of times where I'll do prep and it lasts for a few weeks. I'm like, oh, I way over prepared.
That's the best feeling, but also horrible the week of.
Yeah, so like the prep is usually me just refreshing myself. It's like, okay, this, and this. I was trying to hit this, and I'll just make like really quick notes just so I can like remember all the shit that I prepped. That happens a fair amount. Like I'll be like, okay, they're going to this new place. I want to make sure I know some of these NPCs like by heart, and I don't really have to spend a lot of time like looking up stuff for them. So like I'll do that. Because a lot of times, it's so fucking random when like you pour your heart and soul into like some of the prep or whatever, and it's just glossed over, and it's just like, oh yeah, they're not going to spend any time here or what have you. I didn't make this compelling enough or whatever. Like I had this in my head, like this is going to be like such a big deal. Yeah. And it's like, okay, we're done with this place. Let's go fuck off to the pickle factory.
Yeah.
It's like
the worst
dude.
Fucking feeling.
It happens all the time.
It happens so much.
And you'll
the key there though is that it's not personal, and it's not that you didn't make it engaging. It's just maybe you made something else a little bit more engaging.
Sometimes it's personal if you've got Orcish in the party.
Yeah.
And he actively says things
you to suffer.
Like, let's just ignore this entire pre-prepped thing that Brad has done, because it will make when he acknowledges me laugh.
That. Yeah.
And then you have to
the best.
force them to say.
Yeah, it happens a lot. So like for me, 2 hours is pretty good, but there's definitely times where that would be like impossible.
But here's the thing. Here's the question though. Let's imagine that it's not really a question of like, what is your average prep time? What does it look like? Even though we've answered it, and I think that's interesting too. If you had to focus on one thing, kinda. If you only have a short amount of time to prep, not necessarily putting a number on it, but you're like, it's not enough. Whatever your number is, it's not enough time. If you had to focus on one thing, what do you think you would focus on?
With the 2 hours?
Given you've got a very specific amount of time, shows coming up, you're really only going to be able to get one thing done. What do you think you would do?
Here's exactly what I would do. Okay. And this only comes from experience and the fact that we've been running these shows, so long, and I've run so many shows, is I would break down what happened last week, where do I kind of want them to go without railroading them. I'd write that stuff down, and then I try and fill in the middle. That's basically how you do it. It's like, what do I need in the middle here? Mm-hmm. Now, I personally, and this goes for most tasks that I try to complete, especially anything creative, I wish that I could get in the creative zone quickly. I can't. I've tried so many different things. I've tried like meditating. I've tried, like, okay, I'm going to stick on a very strict exercise schedule. Like I'm going to eat breakfast at this time, like I'm going to stay on a routine. There are some days where my brain won't engage. Yep. And I will get super pissed off if somebody breaks my focus for any reason. And it's not their fault. They're just trying to reach out to me for whatever. But I'm like, do you know how fucking long it took me to lock in to get this shit done. And it's so agonizing.
Never messaging Whack again.
Did you know you can like close and exit Discord? You could just do that.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'll get a phone call instead.
Oh,
It'll be like,
okay,
you know, somebody will call me on
dead?
the phone. Yeah. You know, random shit will happen. I'll get a knock at my door. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah,
you know, like
so long to get to this space.
Like they can definitely hear that I've got music playing or whatever. Like they know
so
I'm
knocking
here.
on the
They
door,
see my car outside. Somebody's gonna keep knocking until I fucking answer the door.
Yeah.
You know, and it could be anything. So it's like you can't shut everything down. I can't just, you know, I don't have a red light outside my apartment.
Noise canceling headphones and just not answer. That works for me sometimes.
I don't know if I could. I would feel like I have to make sure that emergency stuff is available to people. You know, even if I'm working, I have to like.
Well, that's your phone, right? That's like an emergency call. Yeah. I just mean like the very polite knocking on the door that you know is not an emergency. And I'm like, that's probably a delivery. And I wait for a second to hear if they knock again. And if they don't knock again, I'm like, yep, I'm not going to get up.
Yep. I mean, I do that. But yeah, I've had it happen at you know, previous jobs before. Family members can't wrap their head around the fact that like I get in a creative zone and I'm like, don't bother me when I'm there. Like I just need to get this shit done. You know, I need like a fucking the photography, the development room light just above, so I can just turn it on. Please don't bother me. Like if there's an emergency, absolutely, but like otherwise, leave a message or whatever, and I'll get to it when I'm done. So that 2-hour window does not take that into account because there's some days where my brain is like, we're gonna take 2 hours just to dial in. So I don't know. I don't know how I would handle it other than what I said, which is what happened last session. Where would I like them to go and try and fill some stuff in between? That's my like go-to routine, I guess. And if I know that I have something like a big area or a new area or a big fight or something coming up, you know, I would have to focus on that. But 2 hours for like prepping a dungeon is not a lot of time. If you've got like a big dungeon or something in D&D or Pathfinder and you're trying to run people through that, 2 hours is nothing.
No, a full dungeon is awful, but a full dungeon will give you that like multiple weeks off thing a lot of the time.
Because you don't have to do the full dungeon at the one time. You just focus on where they're going to be that week, which is difficult because it's improv and you don't know how far they're going to go. But there are things that you can do. Like if you're really tight on time, there are things you can do. Like we're going to trap them in the room and they don't get out until the encounter's over. And then I'm ending the episode or the session with the sound of the door unlocking. Boom, done. You're good until you have more time. Like if you're really desperate and you don't have a lot of time, you are essentially the creative alien god. You can do anything you need to do to make it happen. So just, kind of even just remembering that stuff is within your power. Like, okay, well, I need them to stay here. Then you can have, assuming you're in like a fantasy world, then you can have a magical reason as to why they can't leave so that you can buy yourself more time. Right. My answer is actually
to remember that stuff sometimes.
Yeah. My answer is actually ridiculously similar to Wax in that, so my regular method is I work the day of the show. So I will like get up, I'll have a coffee, and then I just immediately start working. And I'm usually like working and doing my prep up until the episode airs. And that's just what I like to do. I don't usually do a lot of prep throughout the week before that, whether it's because of time or the PTSD, ADHD pressure cooker of doing it the day of or whatever. But I just know myself well enough now that I know that even if I were to prep throughout the week, I'm going to have something come up the day of where I'm like, actually, this is way cooler. So now I just trust that that's going to happen and I don't do the prep until the day of, for the most part. But that usually looks like a long, 4-hour block of prep, maybe longer. So if I had to, condense my prep and I was in a rush and I only had one thing really to focus on, I'm not even going to be able to tell you the one thing. But usually what that looks like for me is how are you starting? Because that, for me, that's how I immerse the players in the session. That's how, like, whatever. So I will put all of my energy into a very cool opening, whether it's like, you know, me writing something out and then, you know, narrating it or whatever the case may be, or just thinking about like, okay, boom, how am I starting this? And then all I think about is like, what's a cool end like cliffhanger? And ultimately, and I think this is super important, and this is something that took me a while to learn as well, I don't need the details of that end because the players will do it for you. So it's more just like thinking about, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to articulate this properly, but I might be able to give you an example. Of thinking about like the feeling, I guess, that you want to evoke in the end of the cliffhanger. Because I tend to default to letting the players choose the cliffhanger for me. And by that, I just mean I just wait for a very cool line from them. And then I'm like, that's where we're ending. And then that's cool. You don't have to plan shit. You just let them go. And then you go, that's where it needs to end. And that's awesome. And we're going to end there. And, you know, really you kind of only need to have that in mind. But like, if I were thinking I want it to end with some sort of like tension or suspense or something like that, then you know when the moment comes to be like, okay, I need you to roll. They roll, and then it's like, okay, I'll tell you next week. Fucking great. That's excellent. You know what it is. You haven't prepped it yet, but you know what it's going to be. And so then you can go, okay, thank you for the roll, and now I will go away and prep that. And also, like,
you can also do it if you don't know what it is.
Yeah, you can also do it if you don't know what it is. You got a week to come up with it. That's absolutely right. But also, I find that like getting that role is super important because sometimes like it's improv, right? So you've got anything can happen next week's open. But if you as a GM have something to resolve at the start of the next week, it makes it easier to know how you're going to start, if that makes sense. Yeah. So like, yeah. So asking for a role or, you know, and that way you don't have to be like, I'm opening the show and then asking for the role. Because if you do that, you know, it's just made your planning and your prep like that much more complicated because you have to plan for all the different scenarios. But if you have them roll at the end of the last episode and you look at that and that's a fucking 99, you're like, shit, this is going to be a crazy opening. Like bad shit is about to go down. And then you only have to focus on writing that bad shit that's about to go down. And also all your players are now thinking, what the fuck was that about? What the fuck does that mean? You know, and then that's fun. You get to have that answered. Yeah. So just thinking about ways to kind of ease your prep. And to me, that looks like narrowing down the results or the consequences of their actions. Because you know, like the middle of the episode is where things are chaotic and you just have to be on your feet all the time. But I like it when the intro to the episode is very narrow. And to do that, you know, just thinking about ways in which I can do that. And really it's just asking your players questions, they answer it. And that looks like a role sometimes too. When you're asking questions, I mean, you want to find out from the players what they're thinking about and where they want to go. So sometimes towards the end of a session, I'll be asking questions like that, where it's kind of like, how are you feeling right now? So that I know what they're going to want to do for the next episode. I still want it to be improv. They still have the option to be like, and this has happened multiple times where you're like, they answer one thing and then the start of the next episode in the green room, they're like, yeah, I was thinking we would go and do this. And I was like, that is not what they said at the end of the last episode. But you know what? It's so improv. Much. It happens so much. It's fine. But doing that stuff where you kind of like narrow the road so that you can prep easier, you know, just doing stuff like that to kind of like help yourself. And then music. If I cannot get into the creative space, like Wax said, then I will find myself a new song for the episode. And that usually helps. And then I'll listen to it and I'm like, oh, fuck, this is sick as shit. And you know what I'm seeing right now? And then that becomes the thing in the episode. So those are my two hacks.
That's a good hack. Yeah. I'm always marveled by you are extremely good at multitasking, and to do GMing and the way that we do stuff on Tablestory in general requires a good amount of multitasking. But I feel like I struggle with it. I think a little bit more just as I'm getting older. And it's just like you are able to listen to everybody doing their role playing and stuff, stay in the right headspace, because I watch you. Like I'm good at reading your micro expressions.
Yeah,
and
you're
stuff.
really good. There have been like moments where I have had a deep feeling, and Whack has been like, I saw it, and I know exactly what you were thinking and feeling in that moment. I was like, literally, my own mother would not be able to tell that. Whack is very good at that.
But like, I will pay attention sometimes, and I'm just like, how are you keeping track of all the shit that all the players are saying right now? And I can tell you're making notes about the stuff that you want to do. Like, I have to switch gears when I do that. Like, I can't, because I think it was Naomi said something. Naomeister said something in one of the channels that I saw talking about, like, it might have been a main character, because Faye was typing and role playing at the same time.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, PB can fucking do that shit too, where you can keep talking and type about something else, or like take notes or something. I have to stop. Like, I have to do one or the other. I can multitask a little bit, but not like it must be that thing that drummers can do, where they can like keep time differently with their left foot and their right foot and that shit. I don't think I can do it.
Can I ask
struggle
you a
with that
question?
tremendously. Yeah.
When someone says something in the episode and you want to make a note of it, what are you writing down? Are you writing down what you want to do?
I think it depends on the situation ultimately.
Yeah.
But usually the note that I'm taking, it has to be like a detail that I'll definitely forget, that I will write down.
Yeah. I literally write down what they just said, or bits of what they just said. So that's why it's easy for me to respond to them while I'm still writing what I just heard.
Gotcha.
And I just trust that when I read it, I'll have the same reaction that I had just now when I heard it. And that usually works. Sometimes I read this and I go, why the fuck did I write that down? No clue. But usually I'm just like, oh, they triggered something creative in me. I'm going to write it down real quick and then let it go and trust that I'll figure it out later.
I feel like most of the time I'm not taking notes.
Yeah.
And you can usually tell when I am, because I'll lose track of the conversation that's going on and be like, can
sometimes
you just say that
happens
again
to
or
me,
something?
and I have to apologize and be like, I'm so sorry. I was doing this other thing as well as trying to actively listen, and I fudged the ball there. But yeah.
I mean, I know I have like, I know we joke about it all the time, and I've got like I like to say I've got an average memory, and their memories are terrible. But like, I don't think my memory is that great. But most of the time I am not taking a lot of notes during an episode. It's usually like I might cross some shit out that like got taken care of or whatever, and that might be a good amount of it. The only time I'm taking notes is for like shit that I think is very important and that I will definitely forget. It's usually when I'm trying to take notes.
I don't do a lot during the episode unless it's like a show that is like a mystery, and I'm like, that is clearly something I can tie into another thing that they just fucking said, and I don't want to forget it. So I'll write that down. But most of my note taking happens during the prep. Like, all my players for Dumb sent me like, you know, their backstories and stuff like that. And I am mad shit taking notes now, where I'm like, yes, this, and then this, and then this. But then through the rest of the show, I probably won't take too many, unless I feel like it ties into another thing or something like that, I guess. Thinking about the way that I function.
My notes for prep are way different than live notes.
Yeah.
I mean, my prep notes, they're all over the place in that I have a lot of information usually.
Yeah.
And I will sort of build on that stuff, or like I might make a note on that. Like, where if a player sends me a background story or something, right? And they've got like a long background story, I might make comments and stuff on their background story. Like, that would be a typical way that I would take notes. Remember this or something like that.
Yeah. I will just rewrite the parts I want to remember in like short form, just because it does that stupid thing that teachers say where you write it down and you remember it better. That actually works for me. So I will look at someone's backstory and then I'll go, okay, these key points in the backstory, I got to do this and this and this. And I'll just jot it down in like a shorthand or something.
How do you think you handle it, Brad?
Yeah.
I wasn't listening. I was taking notes. The note stuff, I think I'm closer to whack, where I don't take notes, because the moment I do, I fucking completely miss the next section of my own show, and I hate being like, oh, I have no idea what just happened.
Yeah.
I hate it when I'm a player, but it's the worst when I'm GMing, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm too proud of a person to say I didn't hear you say it again.
Yeah.
I have to just.
So you just try and pick it up from context.
I just go, and I know that loads of people watching know what's happened, because when I watch anyone else do it, I'm like, he wasn't listening. She had no idea. She was texting someone. But I just try and play it off. I don't take a lot of notes either. Generally speaking, much like whack, my memory is getting worse, and I probably should take better notes, because it used to be that I remembered everything that happened in the entire session last week. And so when I would go into the next session, it was all in there. Now I have almost no memory of the previous session and rely entirely on whatever notes had happened. But generally I realized, I think some of this comes from the fact that you don't need to remember everything that happened. You just need to remember like major moments. So I just remember the major things. If I take notes for a session, it has to be immediately afterwards, which is so difficult to do. Because you're chatting shit, everyone's in the post call, we're doing green rooms. Then we're like, we have post show work that we do where I'm like, I'm highlighting the thing and exporting it to YouTube. I do a little of it in the night and I do the rest in the morning, but it's still like a lot. I mean, the reason I do that is because I finish a show and immediately go to bed, or I go to unwind for a bit. That is going to bed basically for me, because it's all one big horrible package. But which is also what I've got in. Never mind. I was gonna make so because of all of that, I try and get any notes in there, and it just is like, it's like the type of note you leave for yourself when you wake up from a dream, and you write it down, and you wake up the next morning, or when you're really high, and then you leave a note for yourself. You solve world hunger while you're high, and then you wake up the next day and you look at what you've written on the page, and it just says penguin 44 ? And then like you've clearly just like clicked a random symbol, like a slash, and you're like, what the fuck? I thought this was like, I was convinced in the moment post show or when I was high last night that I was doing the thing that Cillian Murphy does in that fucking movie where he's on the fucking blackboard and that song's playing. That's what my notes look like. And I think the other thing, I don't need as many.
Hi, Whack.
I think I don't need as many notes because my prep is pretty strong.
I think your prep is strongest.
They work through a lot of stuff that I've prepped. So, it's almost like, it's not like they're being railroaded exactly, but they're only moving through stuff that I've already created. So they're already interacting with this guy who I know. They're already interacting with this building, which already exists. They're in this town, which already exists, and I have all this information on. So the only time I ever have to write notes mid-session is if they really do bump into a random NPC that I don't need to... Like, for example, my side quest thing, I have like a little thing in my campaign that is just like... It's a chaos page of just random stuff that I have just bombed into this page, and it just says random shit. And honestly, I don't know where half of these people are. I have a thing here that just says Guru 72 traveling chicken merchant sold baboons to the chef.
That's what my notes usually look like as well.
I don't know what that means.
It's kind of like, what the fuck? Yeah. What did you mean here?
Yeah. I've just got like notes like that, just random characters. Like, who is this? There's who's small box of matches? Small box of matches.
Definitely
Goblin.
don't look like that.
Gesto merchant.
Yeah, he's a gesto. He can only wear the color blue because he has chromophobia.
Yep, that's hilarious.
That's all it says.
That's hilarious.
I don't know if they met
that's all
him.
You need sometimes,
I don't know if I wrote this down, but I just have like stuff like that. So that's like one way I make notes. If it's something very important. So for side quests, I was building a main quest in the background. So I will, if I say something that I know is like a canonical thing that needs to be written the fuck down right now because I might need it in 4 years.
Yeah.
I will write it the fuck down because I will Control F this entire folder and find it. And I learned that through Lacrin. When I was running my third campaign in the Lacrin setting, I wasn't writing anything. I was researching my own setting every week. And it was very useful to at least have just verbatim shit that I need, names, accents and shit like that as well, which sometimes I do fuck up where I won't put an accent down for a character and I'm like, I have no idea. And I don't know when the fuck this happened in Dustvale. Those VODs are split up into 4 pieces and I've got to find this random, I don't know when they met him, what was he? And, and then, but someone does. So then I have this character come back in dying order who's like, well, hello there, Sina, lovely to see you. And someone in the chat's like, huh? This guy was French, and I'm like, fuck. Like what happened to his accent?
Oh, Jesus, that happened to me in Deathless. And Greg was like, why are you French now? And I was like, thank God this is technically not the same character and I get to rely on that, or I would have ruined my own show forever. Permanently.
Admit you can get away with it if it's a complete throwaway character. If this is just a random goblin they've met in the woods, whatever. If it is a very important character, you have to you suddenly have to do your best bit of creative writing you've ever done. And then you go, roll an insight check, by the way. And Greg's like, 23. And you're like, you recognize that he's lying to you. There's someone scrambled his brain. He doesn't know who he is.
It's me.
Je m'appelle Gregory.
The only way I got out of that was because technically it was a different person. Dude, I hate it so much. I was like, oh, thank God.
That is why I write down verbatim shit for what I know could potentially be a vital plot point or character or something like that. But my memory for it is very bad. I think I fall closer to Whack's thing, but I also think me and Whack run shows more similarly to the way you do. Plus we're running.
It's funny that you write your notes the way that PB does. I don't.
Yeah, I've always been a weird blend of you two, haven't I? To be honest, this always happens where like Whack is like, I do it this way, and PB's like, I do it this way, and I'm like, I'll have a little of that, and I'll have a little of that. I'll have some of that one.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
My notes are like generally like pretty organized. It's usually like this is it's like it's from this location or what have you, and this is the person. I am really bad at like writing accents and things down. That I hate it so much when you just throw a character in and they become the most important character in it and you have no fucking idea.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm just like looking at some of my...
Well, while you do that, let me thank some of these wonderful people that have given us some cold, hard cash. We got $13 from Anonymous. We got $100 from Shadow the Wreck God. We got $25 from Fatal the Baptist, who says, I really like the stuff Tablestory makes. Keep going. And we can now. Thanks to you.
Yes, thank you.
Aqua Snakes with the $22. 22.22. I see what you're doing now. And then Debiru crept in, slipped $50 into my G-string. And says, otherworldly shenanigans. No idea what he's referencing.
No idea. However, I did see an adjacent question, which I thought we could answer pretty quickly, which was, where do you take your notes? Like a physical notebook, Google Doc, Obsidian, etc.
Google Docs.
Yep.
Google Docs.
I do have
Really?
I have a
Both
little.
of you?
I have a little notepad here. I have the spell slots from the wizard.
Yeah.
Right there. So I will do a little bit of analog writing for that kind of thing every now and then.
Yeah.
It's purely because of speed.
It's speed.
Yeah.
and accessibility. Because I can type so much faster than I can write. It's not even funny.
Also, I'm already in here. If I was at a table, I would probably find it easier to write the notes, to be honest. But I'm on the computer. I have Google Docs. I pretty much run the campaign from Google Docs, and then I go into the what's it and change the Obsidian to just update random shit. But I've run almost all of my campaigns from Google Docs since 2015, 2016. I just find it's too easy and too accessible, and I can get it on all my fucking devices. Just like, sometimes I'm just like, I went to my mum's house and she's like, yeah, this one woman, she was actually transformed into a fork, and I'm like, genius shit, mother, genius shit. They transformed into a fork. So that element with Obsidian, it's not on everything. I don't have that on my phone.
But you just don't have it, because that's what I do, and that's what I use. I use Obsidian now. But I noticed that when I first started Nocturne, you can see me taking notes in a physical book. I still have that book, because it helped me, and a lot of it was actually just doodling, just because I was so nervous during a lot of Stygian and
you did a lot less production.
That I would be kind of just kind of taking notes physically there. I'd write down things people said, even if it wasn't important, I think, just to kind of keep myself landed in the ground. But now I've used Scrivener, which I liked a lot. And I've tried the Google Docs, I've tried OneNote and all that stuff, but for some reason, and Babisco, I tried those for a while, okay, but for me, I definitely landed on Obsidian. I quite like it. It's got a lot of community plugins that you can add, which sounds like an ad for Obsidian. It is not. It is just I have one, they call them vaults, but I have one vault, and then I have all of the shit I've done in its own little subsection. So if I'm working on Dumb, but it's in the same universe as, say, Deathless and Nocturne, I can search a keyword in there and it'll pull up all the other associated connections to it. And to me, that's just super helpful, because I'm the motherfucker that has 12 files. Who the fuck knows? Untitled 1, Untitled 2, I don't know. I'm not going to title it. I'm going to open a thing and I'm going to jot the note down, and then I'm going to walk away and go do something else. So I need to be able to search it. I know, Whack. If you saw my
Why
shit.
would you say that?
I'm trying to be better, okay? I am trying to be better.
Him?
But
keep your inside thoughts in your head, okay?
Yeah.
You monster. Whack's on the call. How could you say that in front of him? I'm holding his ears like he's a 5-year-old,
Sometimes I just need a new clean sheet. Sometimes I just need a new thing to look at. And so I will have 4 different files for the puzzle that I just did for you guys, So and it could all be in one file, but I just needed a new blank screen to look at to type my new idea. And I'm always I'll organize it later, and I never do.
It's all tied together for me for just remembering when I worked in my graphic design business that I started with some friends, and we had to share work, not frequently, but often, I guess. And one of my friends in Photoshop would always turn on the click the box that says click on this to select that layer. That is my fucking nightmare, because you can never click the right thing when you click on something, and he would live his entire life like that. And it's the exact same shit in my brain. I have to name all this stuff because I need to know what it is at a glance. I need to know exactly what that shit is, because if I have to go investigate what it is, I'm going to be pissed off. No, it's not fun for
me. I have to
"Hmm."
name stuff correctly, or I fucking get wound up.
It's the same thing. Dude, I was watching...
My Photoshop file, the layers are all layer 1, layer 2. Well, layer 1, then layer 1, or whatever the fuck it does.
Yeah. When you know it's a copy.
I was watching Mikey's stream, Mikey Mega, and he's got 8,000 layers, and I'm like, well, I guess you're fucking chaotic evil with Photoshop, dude. And he knew instantly. He's like, no, don't look at me. Please.
Yeah, no. When it comes to this stuff, I actually do have everything named pretty well, because it is very annoying to have to find something, But to be fair, if I could just move all of my stuff into Obsidian, and it was more like clickable, or like the thing that you can do where it just you find the thread through all of the different linked things, then that would actually probably work for me quite well.
You can do that, but it does require some setup.
I could,
I have like a home page too. Yeah, I have. So for me, it's like as soon as I open the program, it takes me to one page that is my home page, and it shows me like the most recent files I've touched. So it's easy for me to, and it's got a visual, like, so it's got like a thumbnail picture. And that for me is like really easy to be like, oh, okay, cool. And then I can click on it.
Where is it pulling the thumbnail picture from? You have an image for each file?
Yeah, I'll drop sometimes, not always, but yeah. Or I'll have like an image that is the master image for that folder. And so
go to the effort to make an image, but won't just name the fucking thing.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, it's like, like the Otherworld one. I have one for that. It'd be like your cities.
This is the nerd shit, by the way, that I think about all the time.
Yeah.
This is the shit that runs through my head all the time.
Wait,
how do you set up your files? Like, yes.
Yeah.
Like, how do you do this? Like, because
I ultimately couldn't give a shit until we get into this conversation, and then I'm like, oh, that's interesting. That's how you do it, and then I forget forever again.
Yeah. Yep.
This is the shit that runs through my mind.
Yeah, you're a psychopath.
90% of the time.
Celebrity
traders. You will never live that down.
I'm gonna make you watch it. Here's the thing.
We're gonna have to
buy my fucking heart and sword for Demacia. Don't fucking mark my words. I'm gonna make him watch one fucking episode of Traitors, and he's gonna fucking love it. And he's gonna be like, I don't like it. I don't like it. But it's gonna be the same shit as he did with memes, and now he watches 14 hours of TikToks a day.
Yeah.
Old man heard reality TV and became curmudgeonly. But I fucking swear to God, if you watch UK Traitors season 2, it'll be the favorite bit of TV. It'll be at the end of it, he will be like, I can't believe she did that to him, and he'll be crying and shit. I'm telling you, he's gonna be all over it. You watch.
I'm just gonna be laughing and saying, I feel so stupid watching this.
No, you won't. You are gonna be you'll be saying that.
I feel so stupid watching this, but are we watching another one?
Yeah. Hey, did anyone want to watch any more of that stupid show?
Another one,
I mean, I just enjoyed hanging around. We can do whatever, but we might as well watch the episode 4.
Did you say the same thing about Storm Chasers, Brad?
Listen, I have not watched a single fucking thing of Storm Chasers. How dare you? She made me watch a fucking JPEG for an hour. It was the worst experience of my life, and she was giddy. It's the most PB thing that's ever happened. You had to call in Leah. Leah had to join the call in the two so that she could feel justified. Leah and her were like, oh my God, this JPEG.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, the fuck?
So
look at this grab.
You guys know video games exist, right? What the fuck are you watching? Devolved into bickering.
Did see a comment as well that, and I am just going to admit to this, reminds me of my cousin who doesn't sort things into folders, so everything lives in the downloads folder. That's me. And then when it gets too full, I copy the whole thing over onto another drive, and I'm not kidding you.
Wait.
I literally have.
What are we talking about?
Downloads in your browser.
Yeah.
It downloads everything to the downloads folder.
And you don't move them out of the downloads folder into a subfolder?
Sometimes I do, but a lot of the time I do not.
I'll kill you. And now I'm on.
It's usually stuff like, oh, I'm gonna do this one thing, and then I'm not gonna need it anymore.
Because here's the thing. Because professional editor kicking in. I learned that one a long time ago. That's the editor in me that's like, I go full whack Stephen on that. That's unreal, dude.
So
that's
I have a downloads folder on my other hard drive that literally says it's downloads, and then it goes downloads April through whatever.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, my downloads folder. My downloads folder is full of shit. Like it's proper just Like I have like a thing that, well, let's see how much stuff is in here right now.
I don't want to.
1,565 items are currently
in your downloads.
In my downloads, that's 206 gigabytes. But you have to bear in mind, I'm shit posting constantly. Yeah.
Okay.
But that is for completely random shit. Okay.
236.
Yeah.
Completely random shit. So that's like when I'm like in the middle of a stream and I'm like, oh, I need this sound effect, or like, you know, I'll edit some random intro or whatever. Like, it isn't that I never need to worry about the bullshit for. That is completely fair. But if it's for like a show, everything goes into its own
stuff goes
folder.
into its own fucking folder.
That's
fine. Why I was like, sometimes yes.
No, because I was about to. That would have been the end of it. I think.
No,
that would have been the final straw for me.
I would have murdered you.
Yeah.
No. I mean, like my everyday life stuff, like this. I just opened one to see, like Putin. Somebody made a fucking PB Putin.
Okay.
Emote.
We need to do comparison. How many items in your downloads folder? PB. Hold on. Wait. We need to do a prediction.
Okay.
Prediction in the chat.
Well, okay. Here's the question: is this like my current downloads folder, or like one of the other random folders stuffed away somewhere?
One,
okay.
The psychopathic fucking extra downloads folders.
I'm just asking.
Keeping them all is nuts, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think to myself, I will go through it later, and then I just don't. It's bad. I know it's bad, but.
I just have random shit. I have the Amazon Games logo in there. You know, when am I ever going to need it? And also, if I do need it, I'll just Google it again.
I know. I just don't make the time to do it. I just don't do that. I've got other shit I worry about. And then when it's like getting to be full, I'll just delete the whole thing. It's crazy. I don't even look through it. I'm like, goodbye. So I don't know why I don't do that the first time.
I've gone, there's some mad shit in here. I've got like briefs that I've signed for like contracts.
Yeah, so that too, right? Because the contracts come through and you download and you're like, oh, I should. But luckily for contracts and
along
stuff,
with everything else for me.
I move the contract stuff. Yeah, no. I move that stuff.
I pay a man to wipe my ass.
Oh, okay.
For that kind of shit.
Yep.
How many items in PB's downloads folder? Her current downloads folder. You got 2 minutes to respond, chat. I put in a few items, and it's going to be it's like Price is Right, the closest without going over.
Yep. Okay.
While we wait, you can tip, and I know that we haven't got to the next question yet. We're moving on to it immediately after this fun segment called "Which one of them is weirder?" And we already know it's PB, but it's
always me. Love that.
What I like is, like, imagine the shit she keeps secret. Like, what the fuck doesn't she tell you? You know, like, that's the thing with PB. That's like, this is how you know she's a fucking lunatic, like full-blown asylum maniac.
What else is there?
Well, this is just like, you think about, like, this is the stuff, this is the kind of thing that people wouldn't share, wouldn't talk about.
But I do.
Yeah,
like,
I know. So
cares?
what don't you?
Yeah. But that's what I mean. I don't think there is anything that I wouldn't share with you.
You're a fucking weirdo, and I don't trust you. Got some skeletons.
Wow.
Oh, hold on. Are you saying that there are like behaviors that you guys do that you would not admit to each other?
Both of us are men. Oh, to each other? Yeah, we tell each other everything.
Okay.
Me and Wack have had some heinous conversations over the years.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, to the audience.
Yeah.
To the general public. Ew! Keep them away from me.
Yes.
You know, what kind of weird shit do you not want?
It's either relatable or I guess it isn't. But it's my downloads folder. Who cares?
Yeah,
everybody knows I have a chaotic brain.
Imagine what's in there.
I just showed you. Look at the look at the group chat.
That's in your downloads folder?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Right.
It's hilarious. I don't remember which of my friends made it. I think it's probably Mergs. But yeah, I got tons of memes and shit.
Okay, the predictions are in.
Okay, you ready?
I think so.
Okay, what is it?
51.
51.
One? No, Patrick Bateman.
I just took a screenshot to show
the way that the way she set this whole thing up.
That's why I said.
And
well, that's why I said, do you want my current downloads folder?
Like
or
Patrick Bateman in the morning, folding his napkin and walking out, putting the fucking thing on his face, doing precisely 7.5 press-ups, level of 51. You're a psychopath.
You recently archived.
I don't trust you, dude.
Yes, I did.
Freak.
Yes, I did.
There you go.
That's why I said.
How long ago did you recently archive?
This is from, I believe, the start of October. So I have 51 from October start. Yeah, 24 days in October, and I have 51.
Just 1 month.
Let me just tell you, the most recent one is 2,260.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to refund everybody's points. I'm going to refund everybody's points because I did say the current downloads and nobody got it right. I didn't get it right in the prediction.
No one could have done.
Put 0.
Did anybody guess around 2,000 though?
Yes, because the majority of people put in 2,000.
Yeah. That's about when I stop.
PB would be
this
so
one
good
has
on
1,400.
Ready to hear a crazy stat? You ready to hear a crazy stat? The number that I said, the 231, I think it was for mine. Or 235 in my downloads folder. I've had this computer.
No, stop.
Since 2018.
How do I find out when the oldest thing is? Because I've got...
You sort by date.
235 items in my download folder since 2018.
Wow. Okay. I think there might be something wrong with me. I think there might be something wrong with me.
Well, I gave you the fucking hint.
Okay.
I have all
There's something wrong with all of us, PB. It's okay.
Well, okay.
You're definitely a hoarder, though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
This is a year for me. This is since December 2024. I have 1,500 items. I don't know if that's weird or not. 51 is psycho. You're a freak.
I just don't know if I don't know if I'm a hoarder so much as I don't take I have ADHD, so I don't delete it when I'm done with it.
No, we're not accepting
because I'm moved
ADHD
on
as
to
an
something
answer
else.
anymore. It's 2025.
Or PTSD.
So here's the honest reason why I probably just don't have a lot of stuff in there is because my fucking Windows drive gets filled up all the time.
Yeah, so you have to delete it. Yeah. Like this is a meme Brad sent me. I don't need this. I'll delete it. But I just I don't think to go, I'm gonna delete this now. Like when do you do
store
that
it. You store it on the same thing as Windows and put it on an external hard drive.
Downloads folder?
Yeah.
That's just the default one.
No, my downloads folder is set to a different drive
mine's
so
on
that
my
I don't
D drive
clog
or
up.
something.
Yeah, so I don't clog up the Windows
I
drive.
hate the Windows. I hate it when the Windows
gave myself
thing.
plenty of extra space on the Windows drive, and I purposefully usually avoid installing stuff to that drive.
Yeah, me too.
And it's still fucking filled up, 50 gigs worth of shit. But yeah, it drives me nuts.
It drives him nuts. All right, next question is from Christine Plum.
No. Hold on. When do you go and you delete your shit? This has ruined my life now.
I randomly do it. I honestly just do it purely at random.
You just randomly decide I'm going to go through and make sure that I don't have 4 different variations of Dollman saved in my downloads folder.
I go into my downloads folder and delete absolutely everything completely at random.
Like, why is this in my downloads folder?
I hit Control A and delete everything in there.
Why is that still in my downloads folder?
Because that's the funniest image that has ever been made on the internet.
Merg sends you in DM.
Yeah, and I just save it.
Download it.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I also do that. I do that with
nails.
just cleaning as well. Like when you throw out stuff.
Yeah, my house, no problem. Not my computer. My computer's a disorganized brain. I don't have moments where I'm like, what sounds great right now? If I open a fucking beer and just sit down and go through my downloads folder.
Yeah, but I don't go through it.
I don't fucking have a moment where I'm like, I should clean up.
I just hit Control A and delete everything in there and fuck the consequences. It destroys my life for a few days.
That. Yeah.
But I know I'll get over it.
Are you ready? Are you ready for the thing that happened most recently? That is a behavior you probably wouldn't admit to, but I'm going to go ahead and admit to it because who the fuck cares? So you know how I just told you that whole thing about I'll download stuff and then I'll move it. So And it's usually like if I know I'm going to be working on something and I'm downloading shit from, you know, our royalty free stuff or whatever, I'll hit it to the downloads folder. And then usually what I'll do is I select that stuff for that project and then move it into a project folder. But for the dumb intro, I was like, oh, I'm just going to do it and I'll have it done in a week. And then my cat, and I just didn't do it. So then I moved all the shit over and I went, don't do that, Peeves. You've got an active project. And I went, how hard could it be to just change the source folder? Guess who spent 2 hours changing every fucking source?
Absolutely insane choice.
Insane choice.
Absolutely.
But
I don't do that shit until I'm clean of everything.
Don't do that, PB. And then I went, don't tell me what to do, PB. And then I fucking did it anyway.
The best time to do that is
argued with yourself.
You gotta do it Christmas week. Yeah, you got so authoritarian with your own self.
Yeah,
Christmas week is the best time for me because my show is finished. I don't have any fucking new projects going yet. I don't have any like hardcore stuff like, you know, like when I say new projects, I'm normally writing, but I don't have overlays and shit. So I can do it then. I'm almost always like Christmas week is when I'll update fucking Premiere and shit. I leave that shit unupdated all year. You can fuck off with your updates that are going to destroy my life. Everything. I do it then. You can't do it mid-show. That's madness. Because the worst thing is when you do something like that, and then you don't know it's happened until you're 20 minutes into the fucking show. You're live, and something's broken, or you don't know where it is. Oh my god! And you're like, so you guys go to the Dragon's home, and they're like, why are you speaking so slowly? And you're desperately having to re-render something or relink some folders. Like, the dragon, well, he's a big guy. And you're doing this like you're clearly
you're like during identity crisis, dude.
Identity crisis. You fucking running a game and rendering shit out. When you were saying that, by the way, I was screaming because I've also rendered shit out during a show where you're just like, oh, fucking you guys walk into the tunnel again. Oh, unknown. Oh, what's coming up? You're like rendering out a fucking cutscene.
Yeah.
All right, can we get on with the next question, or we're never going to get any more money?
Hold on, I'm going to tell.
I will only allow you
it's a confessional now.
You can only confess this if at the end of it you beg for money.
Okay, let's move on.
No, go on, confess.
Brad has activated the secret trap card.
I have. Here's the thing. Is that I know that I don't want to live like that with the downloads folder, but I cannot stop myself from doing it. So I'm so
sorry, I've given you a complex.
No, I already have it.
She's not going to stop thinking about it for the next 6 weeks of her life. We're going to get messages tonight, 4:30. She's going to be like, and the other thing with the downloads folder.
No, you know what's going to happen? You're going to get a message at 4:30 that shows that I've emptied my downloads folder because I'm so ashamed.
I formatted my computer.
Yeah, I formatted the whole fucking thing, and I was like, who cares? Well, so I have to learn how to, it's that thing where it's like, you know that you don't want to be doing this. You do it anyway. So then you have to find a hack around it. Well, my current hack around it right now is that I will label the folder with the death date. So I'll be like downloads, and then I have like a date, and I look and I'm like, okay, if I don't get into this folder in 2 months, I'll delete it. Because here's the thing. I will forget that folder exists. And then I will find it again when I'm like looking through something. And if it's got a death date on it and I go, oh yeah, I haven't been in that folder in the last month, delete, I just delete the whole thing. But having that, it'd be so great if I had like a...
I don't even know what the fuck you're saying.
These are temp folders, effectively.
Explain this to me.
She's describing, she's effectively creating her own temporary folder system where if she doesn't access this folder by a certain time, it is getting deleted. You know how like Windows has a temp folder where it's like, oh, this is just temporary
It automatically deletes?
Yeah, automatically delete it. And that's what PB's manually doing.
I'm manually doing it, yeah. So
it's the thing I was talking about the other day with shit in my mum's attic. Where...
What do you mean?
My mum just fucking put stuff in the attic.
Yeah.
I'm 16. And then now I'm 39. She's like, oh, did you want this box? And I'm like, no, I haven't needed it. For fucking 25 years.
Forever.
Obviously, I don't want it.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, but it's got a death date on it. And I didn't, because you didn't need it. Just delete it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I'll forget that it's there. And my brain doesn't automatically go, you finish this thing, go to the downloads folder and delete what you don't need anymore. That part doesn't exist for me. So I will be like, I'll put the date that I've created the folder on there. And then if I run around and I find the folder later and it's got like a date from 2 months ago, I'll be like, all right, done. And I just delete the whole thing. I don't even look at it.
I'm calling the police. This is fucking... There is a maniac on the loose in Toronto.
That will be like, the last time these files in this folder was accessed was like 3 months ago. And then I'll just be able to mass delete.
You won't. Because then you'll be like, oh, let me look in there.
No,
I
don't do that.
And you
I genuinely don't do that.
Oh, I remember that image.
No, I'm not like that. I am not like that. I am I'm not like that with the stuff on the PC. Also, it's downloads folder. What's in there? It's just memes and shit that I just don't have but I don't want to sit there and do it now because I'm currently working on a project. So just move it over so that I can do the thing that I need to be doing. But I should just Control A and delete everything.
All right, well. Yeah, if you say so.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
my entire perspective of you has completely changed.
Don't
Rigor,
fuck around with that shit.
Rigor, thank you for the $15. Only 54 items in the downloads. Rigor, is that what you are you saying? That's what you have? A psychopath, just like PB, complete fucking maniac out there, straight up admitting to killing animals to sate your bloodlust.
I cannot be the only one. I'm sure that I am.
No, you're probably not the only one.
Archive.
Did you do that voice crack on purpose? No, you can't be the only one.
Yeah, you're not the only one. No, but then neither was Jeffrey Dahmer. Like there's lots of guys out there killing people.
I should have known because they're downloads folder.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. If I brought that evidence,
the archiving of the downloads is.
That's real bad.
That's a new one.
That's real bad. That only recently started this year.
That's stacks of newspapers in people's houses.
Yeah. Luckily, I don't have that problem with physical things.
We're
thank
very
God.
glad.
But yeah. But my
fucking piss jars.
Yeah.
Do the camera one day just sharply, like the fear of the camera like coming off of the thing and seeing the absolute shit pit that is my room over here. But on PB's, it's just piss jars and corpses. Yeah. Can we get to this next question?
Give me a little bit that you looked behind you.
Just checking. Wait, they're not in view, right? How do you know?
You'd see plant. You'd see my.
Stay away from my piss jars.
What's on my table right now is my watering can for my plants, my purse, and my PlayStation 5 controller.
All filled with piss.
Yeah. Jars of piss.
All right. Can we answer Christine's question?
Yes.
I guess.
Yes, I suppose.
Christine Plum, a fake name, by the way. If you want to talk about someone that's killed someone, it was Christine Plum in the fucking drawing room with a candlestick.
I love
made
her
it
and
up.
her username.
Made it up. A serial killer and real name, not Christine Plum.
All made up our nicknames.
Yep.
Not me. Stephen. All right, how do you now we sort of answered this like kind of recently, I feel like, but but there is a slight different taste to this, I think. How do you choose a system for a game idea you have? Follow-up questions. What are some of the things you look at / consider first? Where do you go to look, e.g. itch.io, Reddit, etc.? How do you know when you found the one? Again, I can't answer this question because I've only ever run D&D. That's not true, but
it's the real reason Brad put this on the list.
I knew that I would be tired by this point and that if we got to this question, I could just shut up and AFK.
I was taking notes. What was the question?
Nice.
How do you choose a system for a game idea you have?
Oh, boy. Whack, do you want to go first?
I can if you like.
Yes, please.
Okay. So I start with...
I'm cleaning my downloads folder.
Oh my God. Chronic.
first of all, I think about whatever the genre is first, right? So it's just like the game idea or whatever that I have, what's the genre? And then I immerse myself in that genre, usually with TV or movies or books or whatever, just get my head in that space. And then once my head is in that space, I'll start to think about the system. The system is one of the first things that I do, by the way. It's usually going to change the way that I run the show. So if, for example, I'm running a D&D show, I'm going to run that show significantly different than if I choose a system that's, say, like Powered by the Apocalypse or what have you. The show's getting run differently. I immediately know that if I'm doing a show that's Powered by the Apocalypse, that I need, I don't need big battle scenes or whatever. So then I need to think about like, oh, okay, what kind of assets do I need? So the system determines a lot. And the way that I pick it usually is just going to Google and looking up TTRPG and then the genre. Unless I already know about a lot of systems in that genre, because I've read a good chunk of systems by now. I have like 150 systems in my fucking TTRPG folder. So I've read a lot. And typically, if I don't know a system for it, or if I just want to try something new, which happens fairly often, I will just Google it. I'm just going to Google it, and I'm going to see what kind of stuff is around, and that'll usually take me to like Reddit or something, and there might be a few people chiming in, and I'll skim like some information about each system, and I'll just see whatever kind of catches my eye, and I'll be like, oh, this sounds cool, whatever, and then I'll look into it and see how much it costs or whatever, and if it's like cheap, I might just outright buy it, and just like if it's got some cool artwork previews or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I'll buy this just because I like the artwork or whatever. That's happened a bunch of times. Or if it's just a really cool concept in general. If a system just has like a really cool idea and they present that right away, I'm a big fan of that, selling the system. Like, if they do something, one that really sold me was City of Mists, and this happened a while ago. I've never gotten to run it for a show. I've tried, believe it or not, I've tried a few times, but I didn't get bites for it. I saw the artwork and I was like, holy shit, this artwork is fucking incredible. So then I looked into it. I'm like, oh, the system is very different than D&D. I was like, I'd be very interested in trying this. And it doesn't look super complex. This could work for a show or what have you. And yeah, I mean, that's typically the way that it goes. It's just, I'll just Google it and skim through some things. And then if something any particular thing catches my eye, then I'll look into it more. But I'll usually try and gather up a few systems. I usually won't stop at one. If it's just like, unless it is like perfect, unless I look at the system, I'm like, oh my God, this is exactly what I want to do. Doesn't happen that often. It has happened before. I think that happened with 100 Club, actually. When I did 100 Club, as soon as I saw Scum and Villainy, I was like, that's it. But it doesn't usually happen. I'll usually check out a bunch of different systems and then just see which one I think will work the best for Tablestory. I feel like that would like,
that's like a chicken and the egg thing for me. If I was the type of person who wanted to run a lot of systems, which I'm not, but I feel like if I had a good idea and then seeking out a system that fits that makes sense. But the other way around of like reading through lots of different systems and having those inform a good idea for a campaign or a storyline is another one. So like, which comes first, like this chicken or the egg thing, like is the idea coming from
you just flip a coin in your head, really, is what ends up happening.
Yeah.
It's just like, it could be the genre, or it could be, like one specific thing that you look up.
For the most part, I have an idea of a story that I want to tell in my head, and then I try and find something that fits it. Like, I have a good idea for a different show, and I have no idea what system would fit it, but it definitely wouldn't work in D&D. But then I played a game of Cthulhu years and years ago, and then that inspired me to want to run my own Cthulhu, but not based on the game that I played, but because I now knew the system. You know what I mean? And then I got an idea of a story for it, but it would obviously only work in the Cthulhu. Well, I guess it wouldn't only work in the Cthulhu game, but you know.
Yeah.
So like, there's just so many weird ways. For me, I think we're all very similar. We wait for the spark. Like, if you don't get that spark, how much do you start getting scared when you haven't got a show? Or even that can happen to me, going back to our previous question, between sessions, where I'm like, me and PB had a conversation about this week. As I received my notes from Commander PB about the rewrites for the finale. For side quests, she sent me the rewrites.
Scripted finale.
Yeah. Obviously everything I sent to her, she, you know, ripped it up, threw it in a piss bowl, and then sent me back
I was like, not good enough, try again.
her script. And obviously that's what we're
folder.
going to be running. But the waiting for the spark
emote for it.
I know, yeah. We need
It's just like a folder, but it's overstuffed full of shit.
It looks like George Costanza's fucking wallet from
Yes. Yes.
But it's the old Windows download.
Yeah.
But the little spark of, I don't know what that's called. I just call it the spark. If it doesn't happen, I'm fucked. I have nothing to offer. There's just a moment where I go, got it. That's the fucking thing. I've fucking come up with a new recipe. This is what I'm doing. This is how it should go. This is it. When I don't hit that, I have nothing. I have nothing to offer. I don't even want to run the thing. You know, like, there's no point. I'm not going to do anything with it. It's just going to be grayscale. The spark is the color, and and my own passion, and that's why I want to do it. So I don't know, I don't know how I would ever pick a system based on anything other than that, you know, is my answer for this thing. I would just be like, I'd be like, oh, that's a cool, I do this a lot. I've got fucking a downloads folder just filled with a G drive folder that is just filled with like half-baked ideas, and I'd say probably 90% of them work in D&D or a fantasy based thing, but there's others in there that I would need to find a system that works for it, and I have no idea if they exist. But I'm not like you guys. I don't have that like wanderlust for systems quite as much. Again, we spoke about this before, right? This is insane to say in the position that I am in after all these years, but I'm not that interested in TTRPGs as a thing. You know, like, that's not the thing that I'm into directly. It's the storytelling.
Yeah.
I'm interested in.
I think that's the case for all of us, right?
Yeah,
it's
maybe
for
us, but not for the community. Not for the community as a whole.
Yeah,
there are people that are very much into the systems. That's the thing that draws them to this, you know, world, and to this creative expression. For me, it's not a thing I'm very bothered about. I'm not bothered about D&D. You know, like, Gary will come in and be like, they've released this new thing for D&D, and I'm like, I don't look at anything they release really ever. I've been running D&D 2024 rule set for the whole year, and I don't know any of it. I haven't looked any of it up. I did a brief research before side quest, and then I relied on Maya to tell me in play. So the thing that I'm not massively interested in it. I'm not interested in it, and I can get very interested in it when I choose to, but it's not the thing that draws me to it. So the idea of like shopping around for systems genuinely does sound like shopping around, and I don't like shopping. it feels like a drag to me, like researching and studying these different systems to try and find the one that matches what I want. I if I could like severance myself from having to do that and just come away at the end of it. My favorite
That's what I do
way,
with my downloads folder.
my favorite way to run a new system is I've played it with someone else running it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Now I would love to run it. I did that with Star Wars, but I really still had to learn it.
Yeah,
I've done it with Cthulhu.
Process, but
I did it with any APOC world stuff and all those kinds of things. Fate a little bit, even though that's kind of similar. They're all like, the Fate thing is like another thing where it's just a basic structure.
Wait, you read Fate?
Yeah, but Fate makes sense. But Fate has, and this was years ago, but Fate has like a core thing. It reminds me of like the Powered by the Apocalypse
Fate
stuff,
core. Yeah.
where it's like a central thing and then you build off of it, so everyone has all their things off of it, right? But again, someone else ran me through like a one shot or a short campaign or something like that, and then I'm very interested in learning about it and running it. That's the thing with me, is I hit a roadblock straight away. If I was to like, if you were like, Brad, we want you to run this system, my number one favorite way to approach that entire thing would be like, run me a one shot first next week. You run me through a one shot of it, and then I'll go away and read it, and then I'll write my own thing. Yeah. Because I really hate the studying element.
It's less guesswork.
I hate it. But I know it by the end of a thing. It's almost like the board game thing of someone reading you the rules versus playing a dummy round. I need the dummy round. And it's the same with TTRPGs. Those books are huge and they're confusing, and I'm not good at just dumping information into my brain. I'm a practical person. I like to learn on the go. And I think that's one of my issues, you know. So I guess when I say I'm not into like TTRPGs, that's not true. I'm not into studying. I have a fat, lazy brain is what I'm trying to say.
When I'm looking at those books, though, I've got like a specific set of requirements when I look at the books. Yeah. So I've got like a little laser pointer. Like, I need to find this thing in the book first before I do any. I'm not going to waste my time.
At this stage, you've already found the books, and I'm already just sick of looking for them. I don't even know what I'm looking for. You know, like that kind of side of it is nightmarish for me. The researching part, even before you have the books laid out in front of you. And some of those books, like some books are fucking awesome as well. That's the craziest thing.
Yeah.
Right away, the first thing I look for is, what is the normal dice roll? The first thing that I look for is, what is the dice roll? How insane is it? The more complicated the dice roll, the less likely I am to even continue looking at the system. If they've got like this crazy, like, you know, like the Star Wars system, what's the name of it again?
It used to be called Fantasy Flight, and now it's called Genesis, but no one knows that it's called Genesis, so we'll just still stick with Fantasy.
So the Fantasy Flight or Genesis or whatever, they give you that diagram for the different dice and like what they mean and shit. I'm like, no.
It's an insane. I would do anything for those to be numbers.
If I look at your legend to determine how to roll the dice, and I can't figure it out immediately, it's off the table. Can you
imagine playing it without we at the time rolled 20 telling us what they meant? Can you imagine every time you roll dice you have to fucking look up a thing and go, okay, that one means success? I mean, by the end of it, I think you do learn it. You recognize what is a success and what isn't. But my God, for the first glance and seeing hieroglyphs, fuck, that was horrendous for me to try and learn that system. I absolutely hated it.
You killed it though, and you made it easy for the rest of us. Yeah,
I tried really hard, but again, we said this like 2 weeks ago. I cut out I learned 2/3 of it, and there was a whole other bit to learn, and
Which you can do though. I mean, that's part of picking a system for me. not to segue into the answer.
I think I'm too much
like,
of a control freak. I'm too scared of like, not knowing, because you're in charge. You're driving the bus, and then someone's like, by the way, what's that fourth pedal do? And you're like, I have no idea. And you're fucking you got a bus full of kids.
Oh yeah, but you can identify the parts that you need and the things that you must have answers for.
It's a bus full of kids, PB. You're going to risk a bus full of kids on I can figure it out on the go?
I know where the brakes are. I know where the gas pedal is. I know where the emergency lights are. You don't know what that
fourth pedal does?
Who cares? I'm not going to touch it as long as I know how to start the bus, brake the bus. Okay, now who's the hoarder? I'm not. If you're not using it, who cares?
But you don't know if you're not using it. That's the thing.
Yes, you do. You're not using it.
Well, what if one of the kids goes, "Hey, by the way, we want to do this. We want to do this thing," and you go, "Fuck, that involves that fourth pedal."
How do you know it involves the fourth pedal? You don't know what the fourth pedal does.
Okay, in the example of Star Wars, they go, "We want to do big. We want to take the battle cruiser and fight a war in it."
Yeah, but you didn't read the battle cruiser section, right?
No.
Well, okay, then you would say, I mean, are they saying like, yeah, you don't do it that week. You then go and look at that piece of the rule set, but you don't have to have it all memorized before you know it's the rule set for you.
This is what I mean, though. You are correct, and that is how I approach it. But the fear is the way I was playing out just then.
Yeah.
The fear in me the whole time while prepping, because prepping is a lonely space. And for me, it is a space that breeds a lot of anxiety, which is why I think I get... Again, we can probably go back. I'm not actually... It's not that I dislike TTRPGs. I'm scared of them.
Yeah.
It's what it is. It's fear.
Yeah.
And I get... When you're preparing a show, you're almost always just alone. You can't even really share it with anyone or tell anyone.
Yeah.
And it's a lonely process. And doing like all this kind of research and stuff inside of that lonely process, and being like, oh, I don't know this and I don't understand this, and trying to learn it by yourself when you're struggling is horrible.
Yeah.
Which for me was Star Wars. I just dumped a lot of time in. I watched unbelievable amounts of YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Just unbelievable amounts of people, and the same ones over and over again. I fucking hate watching the same thing over. I watch the same videos of like the same guys being like, okay, this is how battle goes. This is how a chase might go if they get into TIE fighters, because that's a whole different game. To be fair, that was a complex one though.
Yeah.
But then
we did Warhammer.
I mean, but sometimes then I think, well, maybe, I'm trying to bite off too much. And then I look at the more simple ones and I think, well, I'm probably only going to get 12 episodes out of this, and I want this to last for much longer. So where's the curve? Then you need the level curve or something.
How long is this? Like how many levels is this going to be?
That is something Whack does really well. He can look at a system and go, I don't know, but I'm using my Nat Insight for this to know that this is probably only 12 to 15 episodes. Meanwhile, I'm like, what? How can you tell that? I'm assuming it's the leveling up process. Like, how quickly do you hit max level? But that to me is not something I can look at a system and quickly determine, unless it tells you specifically, explicitly, you will level up fairly quickly, because I just assume we can milestone the experience and draw that out a little bit. But
I don't think I realized it until I ran whatever my first Powered by the Apocalypse was, really early doors Tablestory, or Masks or something like that. And then I was like, oh, I'm just running out of road very quickly here. And then you're like, oh, I'm having to tread water a bit, and that's a horrible place to be. Also, bear in mind, dear viewer, a lot of the time we're not just prepping a game for 2 or 3 of our friends. It's a show.
Yeah.
So there's this weird added pressure when for me at least, and I'm sure you guys feel it, but where I'm like, oh, this cannot be disappointing for everyone. And you suddenly think about all of the people that are potentially going to be watching this, not just now, but years from now. They're watching archives of our stuff, listening to the pod. There's fucking thousands of people that listen to those podcasts, and you're like, oh God, I'm about to let all of these people down. And that horrible pressure of like failure or whatever it is, of just or not doing it right or whatever, or people just hating it, you know, just being like, this sucks, you suck. How do you not know where Wookiees are from? You're running Star Wars.
It's tons of pressure.
That kind of stuff.
To build off of what you were saying before about the Powered by the Apocalypse and like knowing like how many episodes or whatever you're going to get out of it, how many sessions, it usually comes down to the XP mechanics. It's straight up. I'm like, okay, when do you get XP? How much XP do you expect to get like in a single session? You know, I'll just try and think of an average or some shit, and then I'll break it down. Just do like some quick math. And and like Powered by the Apocalypse, I was like, oh shit, they're getting levels like really quick. This is not going to last longer than 20 episodes. So when I was designing Witchcraft and Wizardry, that was one of my very first thoughts. I'm like, okay, if I'm running this, I have to worry about the leveling. I know, I'll just remove leveling. And it's like, oh, well, how do you do that? Like, we got to give them stuff. So then I broke it all down. And, I was like, I still want them to get stuff, but I don't want them to worry so much about the leveling. And then I don't have to worry about the pressure of like, oh, we can only get 20 episodes out of this or whatever. But yeah, that's definitely a concern with like a lot of shows. Like the Powered by the Apocalypse stuff, I find is very fast usually for people to learn and get acclimated to. But, we have a time limit on a lot of that stuff, and it has to be either hacked or you got to choose a different system.
Yeah.
I wonder
Are you ready?
Oh.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, I wonder if we could figure out a way to run like one-off things that are exclusively designed to make me play something else.
That's what I wanted to do for my next Friday or next long form show. I wanted to do something where it was like PB gets to test out all these systems essentially, and it's like 3 episodes in each new system. Yeah, it's brutal, so but also like but it is a lot of work. But I do think like a showcase would be fun.
That's you having to learn a new system every 3 weeks, as opposed to just. I was thinking like I grab a random GM who's known for that system. It doesn't. They don't have to be like the best GM. Fun. They don't have to be a professional. They don't have to be a streamer. They don't have to be anything. They exist to train me. You know, I'm doing lessons.
Oh my God, you're doing the fucking and then Karate Kid montage.
I get my Mr. Miyagi to teach me stuff, and then I go away and get to Karate Kid it in Tablestory style.
Yep.
Just imagine Brad getting hit in the face by a rule book over and over and over again until you learn the system.
Love it.
I'm glad that's making you laugh. The idea of me being repeatedly hit in the face.
Hit in the face with the
you would have really enjoyed seeing me in my early 20s, just going around.
Or 9,
8.
I was close.
All right, high five, Leah.
Yeah.
So don't talk to Leah. We don't acknowledge Leah here. PB, you were gonna say something.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna
your thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna answer the question.
Say your thing.
Okay, your thing. This is gonna be a super disappointing, but predictable, I think, answer. Does it make me go, oh my God, when I look at it? Because if so, then that's probably the system for me. Like if
almost everything in the world, then so really doesn't limit that to as much as we would hope.
If I look at the cover and I'm like, damn, that looks cool. What the fuck is that about? And then I'm looking and then I'm looking at the art and the vibe of the setting, and I'm like, ooh. Then sometimes I will choose to run it and be like, yeah, this is probably the one that I'm gonna pick. And then maybe I have already combined the cast together, and then I'm like, I should probably read how to play this. Like, I am not even fucking around. If it gets me excited and it gives me an idea, fuck it. That's enough. If it's like what Brad said, if it gives me the spark, then that's the one for me. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. And I've got this cool idea. But I will say, like, when I have an idea, I will then go, okay, will it work in this setting? Because like sometimes, a lot of the times your ideas don't necessarily work in the setting. Like maybe you want to run like a dragon riding show, but the dragons don't talk or something. You know what I mean? Like maybe you've got this whole idea and it circles around that, and then it's
I know
like
exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
that was just an example.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. It's all good.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Based on your answer there. Has there been a time where you did all this work and then you read the system and you're like, fuck, I can't use this?
No. Yeah. Not yet.
Then for no reason whatsoever, 2 episodes in, it's like, oh, a window opens up and we're
VTM. We're now in Otherworld.
We're now in Otherworld.
No.
Oh, what on earth? We are in Manhattan.
Manhattan.
How bizarre.
No, I haven't really had that happen before, but I have like found systems where I had a cool idea and then I read a little bit more and I was like, I don't know if this will fit because it's the rules portion and I'm not good at imagining what that gameplay is like unless I'm actually doing it. So I would have to be like, Whack, will you learn this system so that you can show me how to fucking play in it? So then I just put it aside and I'm like, maybe another time.
You don't really do that often though.
No, I don't. You
don't. You've only done that like twice.
That requires me to ask for help. So no, it's low on my, like if I have to ask for assistance, I'm usually like, I don't, that makes me nervous. I don't want to do that. But sometimes I like, I did it for Blade Runner, A, because Whack was going to be in the system, like in the game and playing with me. And then B, it's Blade Runner. I do not want to fuck it up. So I remember sitting down with Whack and being like, so this is, and I knew it all. I knew it. I was just doing that thing of like, oh my God, it's a different system. I don't know what I'm doing. The information is not necessarily laid out in a way that my brain gets to the information quickly enough. So yeah, but it's like, sometimes it's helpful to have somebody else look at it with you that is excited to learn the system too. But yeah, if I think back on, there are systems I want to try based on the art and vibe alone that I just haven't really had an idea for. I'm sure if I actually like sat down and read the like setting that maybe an idea would come. Morkborg was one of those. Morkborg was like, this is the most beautiful book design I've ever fucking seen. I want to run something in this. I don't care what it is.
I could get on board with that mentality, I think.
Yeah, it's like, but I think that's the same with anything, right? If the art and the vibe is speaking to you, then, trust that you're going to come up with something for the next week's episode, right? Like read it a little bit if you need to, but if you get an idea and then you're like, fuck yeah. And then sometimes that original idea doesn't quite fit, but then it changes as you're reading more of the system. But yeah, I usually pick it up on cover vibe alone. That's what happened with the Biru.
By literally judging books by their cover.
Yep. Exactly. That's what happened with Tidal Blades too. I was like, this looks Chrono Cross as fuck. And I went, we're gonna look at this. And it sure as shit was. Dude,
Alice
I
tumbling
didn't even
into
know.
the rabbit hole immediately.
This is such a good example. Because I was like, I want to run, this looks Chrono Cross as fuck. I want to run something in this. This looks great. And I'm like reading through, and I remember coming up with the show idea and the vibe and talking to the cast and being like, during our session 0, which is just kind of like getting the vibe of what we're going to do. And then either in that session 0 or the next one where I was like, so I didn't know there was time travel in this, but now that I'm actually reading the book, there's time travel baked in. Sorry, Whack. Like I can't afford it. It's in the rule book. Whoopsies. Yeah. So stuff like that will kind of happen or change what I'm working on. But like what's the system? Old Gods of Appalachia, but it's like set back in like 1902 or something, which is fine. Like I'm familiar with that time period now that I've played Red Dead. But oh God, I want to try that so badly. And like Vicene or something like that. That looks pretty cool. There is I'm just listing off all of the like, but see, here's the other thing. Then you get hit with a follow-up, which is, do I want to run this or do I just wait and hope that someone will run me in it at some point? And so you ride that line for a while before you're then like, okay, I'll run something in it. What's the other one, Whack, that is you played this video game earlier this year that they have the tabletop rule book on it, Mutant Year Zero.
Mutant Year Zero.
there's a Mutant Year Zero that's like post-apocalyptic and robots. And I'm like, oh, that looks so cool. And I have a very fucking cool idea for it. But that's not a priority run thing because I'd have to look through it and blah, blah, blah. But I'm sure it would be super cool to run. But yeah. Oh, there's another one. Symborium or something like that. The fucking art and the vibe in that.
Yeah.
What is that? What it's called? Oh my
so.
God. That's a vibe. That book is a fucking vibe. It feels like
you were really excited about it.
Yeah, it feels like all of Brad's fantasy games is the vibe. Like, it's like dark Final Fantasy or dark D&D is kind of how it feels when I look at that art and stuff in that. And it's like, heavy consequence kind of stuff, which I like. Yeah, I can't think of any other off the top of my head.
Speaking of heavy consequences, it's that time in the show where Wax Steven...
Perfect. I'm going to go get a beer.
Begs.
I will be back. Nope. Not happening.
Begs for some support.
If you've never been to the Table Stories channel before, you wouldn't know how much we struggle on a day-to-day basis. It's sad. It's pathetic. We're looking for scraps in our couch cushion. All I found was a Cheeto and tears. But with your help, we could keep Table Story alive for another week. And not only that, you might even be able to see a new show trailer. But we'd have to reach the top goal today. If you want to help keep Table Story alive for another week, you could tip us. And then we could, I don't know, hire some musicians and artists. Maybe even feed ourselves for the week.
Okay.
He hasn't had more than a grain of rice in 3 weeks.
I didn't eat any lunch today, that's true. But that was a cool bit of music I didn't get to really use in Unknown, that song there. For some... I got a song, when you do the thing where you get a song and you're like, oh, this will be good for like sad memories. And I was like, I don't want any sad memories really. I didn't really get to use it.
I already have plenty of those.
Yeah.
Why do I need more?
I don't need any of those.
Oh my God, you guys. I had this fucking thought while I was, getting my beer and some cheese slices, which I got from Toddles. And now it's just, I enjoy it unironically.
Is the cheese still from Mesh?
No. I mean, I got the habit from playing Toddles. Because I would just have little slices of cheese, and now I'm like, I unironically enjoy that. But I had this thought, this panicked moment where I was like, what if I come back and the bar is just full? Like Whack has done the thing, and I come back and the bar is completely full, and we're ending the episode now, and I just have a beer now, and I've opened it, and what do I do? I'm just sitting with beer, looking at my downloads folder is probably what would happen. Yeah. Like just. Okay, I guess I'll work on clearing my downloads.
What you're going to be doing all night anyway. So.
Yeah, 100%.
I because you were talking about systems that kind of like got away from you a little bit. There was one that I found this year that I did share with Brad and PB, which I didn't even know existed, and has the most beautiful fucking website and like art that I've ever fucking seen.
Oh yes, that looked so good.
Yeah, Genesis is a primal punk RPG, and apparently this thing was like, it was developed as free to play, and it just kind of like didn't work. Like they have this stunningly beautiful, like I knew the artist, and I think I was Googling the artist. I was like, oh yeah, I want to look up some of the more of their work, for some ideas for some things. And then I came across this. I was like, what the fuck? Like, how did I not even know this existed? And there's this like incredible fucking setting and like everything, and I was like, I totally would have done this 100%. Like it's stunning.
Well, is it still available?
As far as I know, but like they just didn't sell a lot of stuff, so I don't know if they've got any like extra printings. I don't know if you can even buy it.
Single-handedly brings the project back to life.
Never happened, but yeah,
it could.
They had a fuck ton of amazing books and art and stuff, and the style was amazing. And I'm like, this has got to be the most heartbreaking thing an artist can go through. Like, you do some of your best, you do some of your like best work, and it just doesn't sell. And it's just like, well, what do I do now? Like, it's
going to be us if we don't hit that top goal.
Oh my God, stop.
Oh, if we don't hit that top goal, whatever we do.
It's a good thing you went AFK, by the way, PB, when I did my spiel.
No, I know. As soon as he hit the music, I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here. I can't handle this.
Let me just quickly say thank you to all of the anonymous tippers that came through there for us, as well as Riv, Booster Greg, Piranha Plant, and Keeper of the Art. People I don't know, I've never heard of those people. And we are on the next topic, so let's hop into the next top.
There's
a hop into a top.
I'll hop into that top. Oh wow, okay.
Stinking of cheese from it.
Yep.
The next question is from Bear of Flame. And I think that this might be aimed towards one of us in particular, but let's see. It says, let's say you wanted to hide something from the community. Let's say a new show. Would you trick them by pretending to cancel a show, but it's not really cancelled? It was just a preamble. Or what other tactics would you use to trick us? I answered this a little bit to Bear on my stream.
It's directed at you, clearly.
I said I would never. I put one funny trailer out once, and I'm never ever doing it ever again.
Yeah, you got rocked for that.
I'm never ever doing it again. So you won't get any more tricks from me. I'm taking the side quest route from now on, where it's just I'm putting a trailer out that's like, this is just normal D&D. That's it. And that's it, you know, and you know, if it's Call of Cthulhu, it's a Call of Cthulhu campaign. It has nothing to do with anything else here. And then a full PDF that is just like fine print of specifically what it isn't, so that no one ever gets confused or cries. So that's me. What about you guys? How would you
trick the community or hide something from the community?
Yeah. PB doesn't do this ever, so.
I don't ever do this. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
PB's exclusive only marketing trick.
I know. No, you can't say that, because
the only way you've ever marketed anything ever.
That's not true at all. Like this time when I went with Dom, I was
Didn't
like,
you make a website once where people could go and fucking take a test?
Yes, yeah. But so like when I was doing Dumb, I was like, oh, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do
for a fake company.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna
tricking people.
I'm gonna do the old school puzzles, because I haven't done that in a long time.
This fucking
asshole.
God damn it, dude.
Yeah, but
the problem is we can't really answer this question because
sure we can.
Then you'll know all the tricks. It's like the magician club. What do they call it?
No.
You can't.
The Illuminati?
No, when you become a magician, you like join a weird little magician's club, don't you? Or whatever.
Yeah.
Freemasons.
Magician never reveals their secrets.
Yeah,
it's called something, I think, but yeah.
And now we know.
The circle, the magician, the magic circle, the magician's circle. Yeah, whatever that is. The circle.
I didn't know that existed.
Whatever that is.
Welcome
yeah, we didn't know it existed. So that means Brad's in it. Now we know. Brad's
I fucking hate magic, and you know I do.
Dude,
Surely
if Brad had like,
I hate it. I can't
if
stand
Brad had a secret magic hobby, it would make me so fucking happy.
First of all,
oh my God.
I would
okay, wait,
never.
hold on.
Okay.
What secret hobby would each of us have?
First of all, hold on. I like this question. But first of all, I would never. All right.
Magic or never have a secret hobby?
Magic.
Okay.
What would happen?
I have many secret hobbies.
Yeah.
What would happen though if like the hot neighbor, you caught a glimpse like through the door, you know, because you're always looking through people's. Yeah. She was watching.
Yeah.
She had like fucking David Blaine or some shit on in the background.
Yeah.
And you saw that shit and you were like, oh, Would
Yeah,
you?
I'd be like, check out this magic trick, and I'd go, oh, behind your ear, wedding ring, and it'd be on her finger, and she'd be like, what? And I'd be like, how did I do that? And now she's married.
Have you seen the clip of Harrison Ford reacting to some magic where it's like they pull a card out of the orange, and he's like, get the fuck out of my house?
This is my problem with magic.
That's Brad with magic.
I absolutely fucking hate it because I don't like the fact that I don't ever get to know how you did it. It's a pure control, psychotic control issue thing. I have OCD, but like,
that's it.
I hate
he has to know
that you did something and I don't, and you aren't going to show me how you did it. I want to kill you. I want to, the change in me is instant. People have done this, you know, when you're like at dinner or whatever and someone brings like, they're like, oh, and they come up and they do a little magic trick at the table or whatever. I'm like, oh, how did you do that? And they're like, oh, I don't know. And then cut to me, 4:30 in the morning, waterboarding them for the answer. You know, I'm like, I don't care about your circle. God damn it, what do the numbers mean? You know, like it's psycho straight away. I hate it. I actually hate magic, and I always have. I remember it was so awkward. It was so awkward. I think I actually have to disguise names.
Yeah.
I was with an ex-girlfriend, and we had only just started dating.
Baby.
What is this? PB's already shocked, like, he's never had one of those. I don't know what happened to PB there, but
no, I'm just assuming
I
we know
the micro expression.
Yeah, I'm just assuming we know who it is, and you were like, I'm gonna disguise the name.
I've had more than one. I know that's unbelievable
but, you know,
for you to. You're like, yeah, sure.
Well, but like,
what did you do? Trick him, Mr. Magician?
No.
I was with an ex-girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
And we had only just started dating, and it was the first time I had like gone to hang out with her and her friends, right?
Oh no.
And we're all sat around at this pub,
oh, no.
and one of her friends starts doing magic, and I was like, I'm gonna kill everyone in here.
That psychotic laugh, bro.
It was so awkward. I hated it so much.
Kill everyone.
I hated it so much.
It
was already the worst. It's already the worst thing ever when you're like, all of the friends, they already kind of hate you a bit just because you're like an outsider and you're like, and you're trying to be like,
you're taking the girlfriend away. And
I've never enjoyed that experience. Give me like, by the end of the night, I'm friends with everyone, but the first bit and like, you know, like the first time you're hanging out in the
gauntlet of proving
and you're
yourself.
like, you're trying to like be like nice, but also not trying to overdo it or whatever.
Yeah.
I've had horrible experiences with that as well. This one wasn't bad, but like one of them just started doing magic and was like, and was trying to be nice.
Yeah, and you were like,
and I
hate magic, actually.
I hate you now. I hate you unless you're going to tell me about the trick. And
yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's one of the things. It's like that and puppets.
I mean, you do know what it is. You just explained
it. It's control. It's like a control thing.
You want to have the answer.
I want to know the answers. I really hate watching like all those shows and not knowing the answers and stuff. Like some people really love all those shows.
Yeah, puppets. I don't know what the fuck the deal is with the puppets. Yeah,
really hit you hard.
Yeah, it really got me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the thing is I like the magic shows. You remember that show years ago that came out where it was like the magician who was showing you how all the tricks work? Like I loved that. There was a Penn and Teller show where they were doing like a thing where they had new magicians come up and show them a trick and they had to guess what it was. I enjoyed that too because they were like, this is how you did it, right? And then the guy would be like, yeah. And I'd be like, oh, thank God. And then the next one would come up and I'd be like, please guess it. Please don't leave me in the dark.
Yeah, but there were some that they would guess that were not accurate.
And I'm furious.
And you never get to know.
Furious.
Yeah, okay. And then
we've gone off on another tangent about like just a weird neurotic thing that we're going to overthink when this episode ends. So we
hit my downloads folder and
we got to pull one out of whack for the next question. Yeah, no, I mean, we've gone off on a tangent about tricks, but it is because we don't want to reveal our tricks too much. Also, when we're marketing our stuff, I feel like this is probably a good question for us. In fact, maybe this was a question that you had last week that I didn't see about like trailers and making trailers. Was that a question that came up?
Yeah, but it was just trailers. So I don't know if it was like, how do we go into
Did you answer it? Because I only saw bits and pieces of last week's session.
I think we talked a little bit about it. Like, you know, but I
see that without me here, there is absolutely no structure.
No hope.
I mean, we need a decent producer, otherwise you two don't know what you're doing, clearly.
That's exactly right, yeah.
So when we come up with our trailers, we come up with them, I think a couple of times I've thought about the trailer when I was like really coming up with the concept of the show, but for me a lot of the time the trailer gets thrown together 2 weeks before. So if it's something where I'm like, oh, it'll be fun to play with the audience in a slow build and reveal this and stuff, then I will think of a more interesting way to market it. But a lot of the time I'm in such a panic. I'm in the position you're in for next week where you're like, I've got so much shit to do, and one of the things I have to do is fucking make and edit a trailer. Fuck, I need to get fucking Phelan to fucking do me a voiceover, you know, and you're like, shit, and you're fucking calling people. You're like, hey, Maya, can you just record these words for me? You know? And it's a crazy panic because you're coming up with you're having to make and edit a trailer, you're having to make and edit intros, outros, credit rolls, you're having to create overlays, you're having to write the fucking goddamn story, you're having to learn the fantasy flight system. You know, you've got Wax Stevens sending you weird pictures of himself because he's sleepwalking again.
He's the secret society he's a part of, the secret
he's in the magician's circle. He's trying a new trick. And he's sending you messages hey, I got a new trick.
It requires me to be naked.
It's so weird. This one requires me to send you a picture of my penis.
It's the weirdest thing. I seem to have lost my penis somewhere. Whoops. Check behind your ear. Fuck again, Whack. God damn it. Oh, what is this? So, you know, when it comes to like actually coming up with trade, it's one of the things that the fucking shit show that was one of the unknown trailers was such a problem, is that just I was like, I haven't got time to think about it too much. I didn't think about it enough, so I just went blah. And but that's funny. And also, actually, a lot of it was the side quest crew's fault because they were like, wouldn't it be funny if you did this? And I was like, okay, record me the lines now. Because you have to sometimes take that. If you like, if someone just is like offering you to record free VO, take it. You know, the whole side quest crew were like, we should do this, and I was like, you know what, fine, whatever. I've got like a week and I'm busy writing everything else.
Sounds good.
So you just kind of go with it, right? It's why a lot of the times I feel like I would love to do really interesting trailers where we like hire some random fucking, because you could just fucking hire anyone, but most of the time it's just Whack and PB in the VO, because I know that I can be like, hey guys, guilt free, I can be like, you two need to record me these lines, I've got a week. And I know you'll do it. Honestly, and we would do the same.
It would be super cool to have someone that was their skill set, was like trailers and whatever, and they just like did that for us. That would be cool. You know, like if we get to the point where we can hire somebody to do that, and we're like, this is the idea I've got, go for it.
Having someone do all of our production for us, and we just you know, it's the same thing. It's just so it's so hard to do everything all by yourself, but we don't really have a choice unless we hit that top goal.
Oh my god.
Hit that top goal.
So that was a bit of a joke question from Bear, but I do think that one thing, PB, you're a master of it. I don't know why you're so good at this side of marketing. There's sides of marketing that you are abysmal at.
Yep. Like, hey, could you hit that top bar so that we could not stress and feed ourselves this week? That would be super great. Like, I'm actually going to the grocery store after this. So
there's a reason why people aren't good at everything.
I'm immediately like 10 degrees warmer right now. Even though I was like joking.
But I would say that the element of coming up with, okay, I have two questions for you. One is why are you good at this? What is it? What do you think of? Is this like, this must just be that you watched shit and consumed all those weird guerrilla marketing things. And two, because I will forget, check behind your ear. No. Two, have you found since, because you did this with Stygian, the first thing ever. So have you found since then, and having done it multiple times over different shows and during shows, you've gotten better at it, or are you like, oh, I'm running out of tricks?
Okay, I'll answer the first question first because I don't know the answer. But when I was working on this puzzle, this most recent one, I wondered
if they were inspired by like any particular show or some weird shit you'd seen.
Yeah, I can tell you the Stygian one, what that one was inspired on. But you bring up a point, like when I was working on this most recent puzzle, because my memory of my childhood is just eradicated. But my sister was looking at the puzzle and she was like, man, do you remember you used to do this for me when I was a kid? Like you would just like make random, kind of like Easter egg hunts with like scraps of paper and clues, and I would like go and follow it and you'd give me something to find. And I was like, I have no recollection of this. I believe that it happened, but I did not know that. So apparently like the desire for like making cool puzzles for her to go and find and stuff has always existed. But in terms of the Stygian puzzle, it was very heavily based on an internet puzzle that still exists to this day. If you can get to my level or beat me, I applaud you, because I'm stuck, and I've been stuck for the last however many years, but it's called Not Prawn. And I think that
yeah, that's not prawn. It's art. I know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's called Not Prawn, the hardest puzzle on the internet. But it absolutely, the Stygian puzzle in its origin is a direct nod to that puzzle and the way that it was designed. Because it starts with you just enter a website, it's got some music playing, and that's it. That's all it is. And then you have to look at the code of the website. You have to view the source to find the answers or the next clues for the puzzle. And then you move along that way, and then you continue on. And it was just like such a cool, incredible thing that was built by someone who just wanted to put something out into the world that people would enjoy. Yeah, Piranha, I did not, unfortunately, have like a group of people that I think that's a really cool experience that I'm very envious of. But because I did not have that experience, when I was doing Stygian, I was like, oh, it would be super fun. First of all, I knew very early on, and this is crazy. Sorry, this is like a little bit of a tangent, but I promise it has a payoff. Zentier sent me a message the other day, and he was like, I just need to know, is the forum at the end of the puzzle, is that the same forum that you referenced in Stygian? And I was like, bro, I mean, yes, but I didn't realize that I had meant, like, I always wanted that at the end of that puzzle, you get to the secret forum and they're talking about like fucking spells and recipes, and they're using weird jargon and stuff. And you're like, what are they talking about? Cooking and bids? Like, what the fuck are they talking about? And so I always wanted that. But I had forgotten that it had gone all the way back to Stygian when I first started it. Cause I'm not a coder. I don't know what I'm doing. So I did the best that I could, with that puzzle, and it went unfinished for a while. And then I tried to add more during Nocturne, and it wasn't until Deathless that I finished it and it led to the forum. So that was just like a long kind of me slowly adding to the puzzle until it concluded and it got you to the secret forum. But in terms of like, things that inspired me, Not Prawn, that puzzle specifically inspired me, but I just really enjoy things that have kind of a deeper meaning, or B, I always wanted to do Not Prawn with someone. Like I always wanted to have somebody that I could be like, hey, I'm stuck here. And then we would just talk about how crazy that puzzle was. And so that feeling of wanting to give you guys that experience definitely went into why I built the puzzles the way that I did. Cause I'm like, ooh, this would be super cool. And I'm also, for every single show,
that's a lot of it though, right? When
it is a lot of it. Like that's the experience I wanted.
You must just be trying to do that for the community.
100%. I just want them to have something cool to do together, which I think is really neat.
It's a wonderful idea. To go down that rabbit hole, basically, because I think the goal for I don't mean to speak for everybody, I guess, but like I think my goal is to get the audience as involved as possible. I don't have those skills with puzzles and whatnot and creating them. But like if there's a way that I can get the audience involved, I feel like it just activates everybody's interest in the show, because you can take that passive second screen viewing and just have us on the side. I mean, I watch a lot of stuff that way. But if you have something that actually makes chat involved and they can be a part of it, I think there's just a way better, a connection to the show.
Yeah.
Just develop a connection to the show. And you're by far, you crush Brad and I doing that kind of stuff. It's not even
I don't know if that's true. I think if you guys did do these things, it
I've done it
capability.
I've done it with shows in the sense that the mystery of things like Unknown, even Dying Order and like the Inquisition, like people were trying to piece together stuff that I was putting in, which is the same feeling, because I'm trying to evoke a feeling that I would have when I was younger of like piecing together like books and novels and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to this kind, like the really cool shit, like the website and stuff, I've never done anything like, because I also don't have the capability for that side of it. Like I have no idea how to code things. I kind of vaguely can, but it's nowhere near enough.
Well, the website originated from the fact that you guys as players, I wanted you to take a creepy personality test that meant something else entirely. And obviously I have to make it then, because it's a creepy personality test and I need the answers for it, right? So, and I need the answers to be something other than what they are. So, I had to build that website for you guys originally as the players, because I wanted to just send you something creepy, because I remember that. I don't know, I know this is like dating myself in my internet experience, but I don't know if anybody else had this experience where you would just stumble on the weirdest shit. And you'd be like, what the fuck am I looking at here? What is this weird, creepy thing that am I supposed to be here? Like, this is weird. They're clearly talking about something, but I don't know what it is, that kind of thing. So I was trying to evoke that feeling in you guys as players, that like old GeoCities, it's a joke, right? The old GeoCities kind of style of like webbering. You just stumble across something. So to do that, I had to like create that. And so I created that first. And then I was like, what would be really cool is to let the players try to solve what's happening at the same time you guys are trying to solve what's happening. So that's where that started from. But also, I haven't been able to talk about this yet because we weren't, it hadn't been solved yet. But now I can talk about it, that at the end of this puzzle, finally, when they got to the end, it was this letter from an original like secret order guy that was inviting people into the secret order. And at the end, the whole plan was that the people who solved the puzzle wrote NPCs for me for this order. And then I got to include their characters in this secret society order that now exists in the world. And I try to think of cool and interesting ways for audience involvement or participation should they want it. So, like Nocturne Jim, counting like how many times the word Jim was used, the name Jim was used, and literally giving him more powers depending on how many times his name was said. Like I had a bot counting that. And so like that's a cool way to, do some participation. There was also participation in Kingmakers that was direct depending on what they were saying, whether or not things were being observed or not. So like if you cast a spell on screen, Brad, you're not ever going to remember this, but if you cast a spell on screen, it was different than when you were like, I think I want to do this. And I'd be like, okay, roll this. And then I wouldn't give you a shift, or I would give you a positive shift because it wasn't being observed by an audience. So like weird shit like that. And I for each show that I go into, I try to think about like, is there space for audience participation in this show? And if so, what does it look like? And I try really hard to figure out what that would be, because that's kind of the fun part of it being a live experience. Obviously, if you don't want to be involved in that, you don't have to be. You can watch it on YouTube or whatever. But for those of you who are here every single week for that live experience, I want you guys to feel like, close-knit family while you're watching the show. So like, how do I say thank you? How do I say thank you? And then also, how do I give you something cool and fun and exciting other than just the show? I know the answer is the show, but also, just doing that little extra bit of like...
It's fun to do. It's fun
it's fun.
It's fun to have more players, because we have our primary players on the screen and involved. But you can find ways to have the community get involved as, you know, an excess set of players that are, you know, obviously they're not directly sat at the table and rolling dice, but
they are.
They
They're
kind of
watching,
are, like, and it is. This is why when you hear us say sometimes stuff like, oh, the pressure is on because you're not just running a show for like a few people. That's not us being exclusionary or like saying, oh, we're not just running a home game, we're running a different, we're running a show. It's us saying we consider you as additional players. So the pressure that you might feel as a GM running for your few players at the table, times it by however many people are watching that show, because we include that number a lot of the time.
And then we include a secret number of people who we know are just like watching and never say a goddamn word. Like,
there's all the extra people out there watching. We know there's so many people that don't watch live, and also there are people that are watching casually. They have us on one thing and they just want to hear, you know, fart jokes.
Sound or noise.
And then there are people who are picking apart little key things, and you know, from time to time, we'll just be, you know, throwing shit at the wind or whatever, and it's just it's a combat episode that we're filling. But for the most part, when we're, I think all three of us writing stuff, there is a depth of layer to a lot of our 100%. Shows where
mine goes like cast. Obviously you have to prioritize your cast and their like experience and enjoyment, and then fucking Tablestory community is literally like right under that. There is no space between the cast enjoyment and the community enjoyment for me.
I'm thinking about how this is going to be taken or interpreted or whatever, not just by the players, but like picked apart over the fucking week between sessions by people who are really clued in or want to play in that way. There's a game for the players to play, and there's also a game for the community to play in a lot of the shows I run.
Can I say that that's also how I'm building my rule set? Like, I'm building it so that a stranger can pick it up, but there are some things in there that are like specifically for the Tablestory community, and like ways I'm designing it so that they can sit down and play Nocturne if they want to, or their own version of that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's very specifically laid out in a way that it's like, oh, if you want to replicate the blind play experience where your cast doesn't know what the fuck is going on, there's literally a section in it that's like, close the book right now, you're not allowed to look. And, you know, like the DM takes over. So there's like little bits in there, and like there's also puzzles in the actual fucking core book. Like, I specifically went into it thinking like, you know, it'd be super dope is if, you know, hidden in here there are spells that actually like are officially recognized by the system, and I'll mention it in the GM section, but like that's super cool. So if a player is picking it apart and like, wait a minute, and then tries to use it, congrats, like you've unlocked a very cool thing. So fun. Just shit like that.
I think that's how like I think you approach every show like that. I think for me, I approach every show with the weight of the community. I know that this is going to be taken in, you know, picked apart or whatever, but sometimes shows aren't like mystery. So there isn't an enormous wealth of things for you to pull apart or to like dig
like
into.
Ungodlies like that. And
it's like
for sure.
it
doesn't always
you
work.
can tell as well, because you'll have less audience engagement and it feels disappointing. You're like, no one cares about this, and it's like, it's not that no one cares, it's that the last thing you ran was a fucking mystery. So obviously everyone was like, well, this was this, and this was like the difference between unknown and side quest. For me, like side quest, there's stuff in it that I have peppered in that I think people might pick up on and could be like, oh, that's funny. Like, for example, there's always been sort of a main quest going on in the background while the side questers have been moving through it.
Yes, I love that.
But it's not like there's not an enormous amount of that in side quest for people to pick apart. Whereas Dying Order had the entire Inquisition thing. There was a secret underlying what's happening, what's causing this kind of storyline. And then there's something like Unknown, which is a direct mystery that I purposefully wrote for you two to unravel, but knowing full well that there was going to be an army of people coming at me and they were going to be kind of picking at it. And you can go at that like, oh, fuck, this has to be like bulletproof or whatever. Or you can go at it like, yeah, this has to be bulletproof, but also maybe this could be fun. You know, how much of this information do I want to divulge? How much of it is going to be random just through dice rolls or like wheel spin type shit? And therefore you can play a game with, because you know that there's also a thing where after you've run enough sessions with your group, you kind of know what they will and won't pick up on. You know which players are going to go for this and which are just going to show up and then not. They don't care between sessions, and that's fine. But then there's players who will be like gnawing at it all week. So you have
I like that with the puzzle solvers, I think.
You know who's going to be butting their heads against this puzzle, who's going to be who's going to pick up on that clue and who's going to pick up on this.
100%.
But you also kind of know how much of this will be presented and the players will pick up on it. And then you kind of know, well, if I say this, this, and this, someone in the community is going to pick up on this element of it. So there's a game for the players to play, and then there's a little game in the background for the community to play as well, because you were like, oh yeah, so you walk into a room and there was a green idol statue on the side, there's also like 3 blah 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 blah. You know that your players are just going to be like, okay, so we probably need to get out of this door, but someone in the community went, that green idol statue's back. What does it mean? Why is it green?
Yep.
And wait a minute, it was in the shape of an owl
PB,
before.
Change her microphone cover.
PB's fucking microphone cover is green, and the owl statue changed to a fox statue, and it was the same fucking. And that is a fun game to be able to play with the community. I hate it when you do that and no one sees it as well. How many times have you fucking been like, and there's your community hook, and no one sees it, and you're like, you fuckers.
Yeah, a few times.
There was a whole game in here, and no one fucking saw it.
Yeah.
And the next week you're like, there's 7 green idol statues.
Yeah.
you bastards.
To answer your second question, like, do I think I'm out of tricks and have I gotten better? I think I don't think I'm out of tricks, but I do think I've gotten better at, and I'm terrified that I'm going to freak some people out right now, but I know how y'all think now, like 100%, especially
she went Southern then too, so you know she's fucking spitting. Yeah,
no, so like the most active, at least in the Discord, and the way that they approach problem solving, and something that I've noticed in developing this most recent puzzle, because I was, like I would test things with people I know, and I'd be like, hey, and I just send them the thing and be like, go, and what do we think? And I was like talking to my sister and like Mergs and stuff about the puzzle, and they would say or suggest things, and I'm like, well, you can't do that because that's blocking off a line of, I just think in a way that is meant for, I think, puzzle crafting, where I can see a very clear, well, you can't do that because then they don't get to solve the fun part, or you can't, that's too much of a clue. Like, you think it's not a huge clue, but that's way too much. And like, I was able to pretty accurately be like, they'll solve it by this day, or they'll solve it by this day, and gauge how quickly you guys would solve stuff, particularly based on the way that you approached the solving. And so like the last puzzle, I was like, this might be a little too difficult. And I had a moment where I was like, do I stick to my guns? And do I put this very, very difficult puzzle out there? And the bottom line was like, I do, because it's an invitational to a secret society, right? Like in lore, in world, it would be that crazy for you to solve it. So I was like, okay, well, I got to do it. But you guys figured it out. You solved it. And it was super, super, really cool to watch. Super fucking neat. I loved it.
If you want to watch another show on Tablestory ever again, one of the ways you can help make that happen is by sending us a tip. We've got just a few minutes left in today's episode of Non-Effort, and
are you kidding me?
Questionable.
Okay, hold on. I made a whole ass trailer. You better fucking hit that top bar, please.
Oh, PB's doing it.
I did it. Last call. I made a whole trailer. I'm just kidding. Don't actually do it. It's not great.
Oh my God.
It's not a good trailer. It's the worst trailer I've ever made.
Don't even listen to her. She put
She
in
means it.
every.
She meant
No.
that.
I really, it's
She meant
no,
it,
no.
guys.
It's
effort.
literally.
I've muted her. She meant it. She meant it with her whole heart. I can't believe you would do this to PB. You actually broke her. You pushed her to the point where she actually went ahead and shilled for how much effort she put into that trailer.
Can I tell you guys something else?
Shadow the Wreck God, thank you so much for the 50. Def Not Bill of the Forest, thank you for the 1337. Anonymous, thank you for the 1337. Oribus, thank you for the 10. Anonymous, thank you for the 10. Don't tell us what to do.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I admire that. I totally forgot what I was going to say, but it was
Wow.
something cool
Oops.
related to the new show.
Oops.
Oh yeah.
We'll never find out at this rate anyway. GM Brown, thank you so much for the 33.
That isn't. What do you mean we'll never find out? What do you mean we'll never find out? It starts Wednesday. That isn't the extent of the audience participation for this show, and I'm really excited for what I have picked for the continuous audience involvement for this show. I don't think I'll go into the details yet, but okay. Cool,
Well,
great, awesome, cool. I'm gonna go jump off a bridge.
Okay,
Thank you
well,
so much.
first of all, yeah, we have a quick
Okay.
fire
Found
question.
$5.
I have-
Sorry, I mean it's 1337 from Scudley's.
Yeah.
Love you, PB. Thank you.
There you go. 33 from GM Brown. You know what they're doing.
It's Scuddles, by the way, I think. If it's
Says
Scudleys, and I've been saying
It's
Scuddles
Scudleys.
the whole time.
I mean, definitely
Cool,
says
kill me. Why didn't you
Scudleys.
tell me?
Linko, thank you for the 50.
Bro,
Thank you,
the
thank
way
you.
I called my mod Bob for and then just one day I saw the username and I was like, oh, it's Bobalicious. I've been calling you Bob for 4 years, Bob. Why didn't you correct me?
That's crazy, isn't it?
Oh, thank God. Okay. Whew. I was about to that would have been what I was awake at 4 in the morning about.
Scudley's let you
Deciduous?
off.
What did you call deciduous? Deciduous?
No, it was something
Dude, when I first fucking...
Decidious. I think I looked. I was calling it the worst name possible.
I was doing it to Ratch, because Ratch is one of the hardest names
Yeah.
I have ever fucking seen written.
It's
And
pronounced retrosphere.
and I...
Wait, what?
First of all...
Jesus, the way I just believed
The
you
way
guys.
that
Why am I
Ratrosphere
so gullible?
chose Ratrosphere, and he has the worst dyslexia of anyone I've ever known. What is this
Yeah.
noise? What is happening? Someone reversing into my
Look behind your ear.
Oh. Hey, well, look, we have a quick fire question, and I smartly put it at the end here because I've been producing this show for a year. Last Socratic said, if you guys could own a prop replica of any item or piece of clothing from any Tablestory show, what would it be? And
My God.
we do. I already
is-
have one. I have the dodecahedron.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yes.
And that would be my answer. And
Yeah.
I would also like a golden moth.
Yeah.
But I have it now, so I don't really need it. Obviously, I couldn't get it in gold.
Yeah. Oh my God. And it's
have
a
my
music box,
Gone
too.
tattoo
like
already.
It plays the music. Yeah, it's incredible. And a community member made that so for us, which is just makes it extra special. And I have Suna's staff.
Yeah, I'm also, and I have my Gone tattoo, but I am getting the Entente E here.
Yeah.
Soon, but I'm very scared of that because I don't want to get a tattoo on my wrist. I want you to understand what is happening to me. But an actual proper prop replica. These questions are always so hard for me to answer because I'm like, I have to go through billions of hours of campaigns in my brain and pull one thing out. I don't even remember
right now.
I can't remember this morning,
Yeah. Instantly, my thoughts were the Gone thing, but we have it, the octahedron in wood, and it's a music box, best, literally the best. Maybe one of the golden artifacts from that would be super cool too. But other than that, the first thing that came to mind was Suna's staff, or a cool Rin's whip or something like that. Those are the things that I would
you
be
had
like.
a Suna stuff.
I do have a Suna staff, and it's the one that I used, but if I could, if
real,
like there was no,
like a,
yeah, like a real, yeah, and it's got the like thing, and it's got like a cool little floating magnetic or whatever globe or orb or whatever.
I think my answer beats everybody's answer.
Okay, what is it? Look behind your ear.
The fucking mech. From
Oh.
Zero Blue Orion.
Yeah.
like
I want a full size fucking
That would be
mech.
amazing.
I think the one
our
purely
mechs had
based on
names.
looks.
What were they? Didn't they have
I
names?
can't remember.
Yeah, they all had names. They all had crazy names.
I remember my cool.
Let me see if I can find the Google Doc that we used. It was. I think I liked the way that Fist's mech probably looked the most.
I remember Fist being like, he built like big cannons. He was going for like big damage.
Yeah.
I was going for fast, and I tried to put blades on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say he had a.
Maybe you were fast as well.
It's crazy.
Go sniping or something. What did you
Yeah,
have?
I was Geist. Yeah.
A bottle of rash cream from ZBO. That'd be good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh my God, Irish's gun.
Fist had the
Rocket
Raleigh.
launcher.
He had the Raleigh, which is like
What
a
was
6-shooter. Looking. You didn't do the Black Witch.
Mm-mm.
Did you do the Death's Head, the one that was the spider?
No.
That had the sniper rifle. I thought you had the sniper rifle one,
I thought
right?
you had the spider one as well.
Yeah, you had the spider one.
Do you have a
had
picture of
Death's
it?
Head. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe yours is the one I'm visually kind of remembering, Brad. Like this, like tall.
Yeah, I don't
skinny,
remember
creepy-looking one.
what mine was.
Did you have? Wait, you might not have had this one. 'Cause there were some that were different sizes. This one was a cloak. You had a sniper rifle. This was the other one that I can't remember. This is how many shows we do, guys. We can't
It's so what one
Morning
specific
cloak for
thing
Brad.
type questions are so hard for me to answer
Mm.
because I always feel like it's so important to answer correctly, but I can't because I can't remember the most important thing that happened to me in my entire life.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know why. I just can't do it when I'm asked. It's like being asked your favorite thing.
Mm-hmm.
If they're like, who's your favorite actor? I'm like, I have no idea off the top of my head. I can't think of a single actor. And I get this way with the shows a lot.
Oh God, now
it's
I'm
really
thinking
annoying.
about it. Yeah.
But if I sat and thought about it for the next week, I'd come up with the answer, I'm sure. But, you know, it's quite hard to think. Also, I don't like cover a lot of the individual items that my characters had. You know that much? I'm trying to think. I feel like Taldro had something really
Very
important that I wanted. I know he had a cool hammer, but I feel
Thank
like
you so much, Wikuni, for the 5. I swear I will get the character details to you before Wednesday. Anonymous, thank you for the 1337. Damn, that's dumb. Thank you, Kierky, for the 25. Thank you, Anonymonk, for the 50. Thank you, Def Not Bill of the Forest, 1337, for Frodo. Looks like that might be it.
I have a shotgun question for you.
Did it?
Cool. Hold on. I've got a shotgun question for you. Do you ever like design a show with like a certain vibe and then your characters give you backstory and info on your characters and then you're like, okay, I got to change the vibe?
Oh,
yeah.
100%, right?
75 to 80% of the time.
I'm gonna tell you guys a secret, okay? That's what I did with Dumb, the show that starts on Wednesday, right? And I was like, oh, I'm gonna do like, 70-30. I'm gonna do 70 comedy, 30 serious. And then I got everyone's backstory, including Fist of the fucking Walrus, who sends me the craziest, most serious, dramatic backstory. And I'm like, what is happening here? I guess I gotta swap these ratios around. But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, we're $5 away.
God
$5.
damn it. We were so close. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. I guess.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
You wouldn't show it? I know you both would be like, nope, if we don't hit it, we don't hit it. I can't handle that. Thank God I'm not in control.
Yeah.
I would show it anyway.
By the credits, we're done here.
Guess we're done here. What a shame. Well, thanks so much, everyone. For,
Can I just donate $5 and then you'll play it?
That's like insider trading. That's like some sort of fraud thing.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and joining us and getting involved in the chats and listening to us unload weird neurosis through just a simple question of like, how do you run a D&D game, and then completely dumping the most psychotic, deep therapy EMDR level madness on you. And also thank you for throwing some cold hard cash at us. We make jokes about it, but it is honestly keeping this channel afloat.
Thank you, Anonymous, for the 5.
The
holy shit, Anonymous, not me.
The demons are scraping at the door.
Thank you, Anonymous, for the $6.90.
The tax man is at the door. And
okay, shut up and play it, please.
We're gonna play a trailer for you now.
Did you really do the $5?
No, I didn't. I would never lie to you.
But
I would do it, but I would not lie to you. I would immediately confess.
Did throw us $5.
3 anonymouses. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching the stream. Here is a trailer.
It would have been so hilarious if I took credit for your donation, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It wasn't me.
And this is for next Friday. So so don't miss it. No more non-effort.
Yeah, that's right. You heard right. I'm doing 2 premieres in 1 week.
So no more non-efforts. We'll see you next Friday. And also don't forget to tune in on Wednesday.
Yes, please.
We have Side Quest. No. Side Quest finale on Tuesday. Dumb on Wednesday. Main character's penultimate episode on Thursday. I'm doing it again, aren't I? I'm going to get in trouble again, aren't I?
Yeah.
And whatever this trailer is for, for next Friday. Bye.
Bye.
In the beginning, there was
nothing, actually.
Well, there can't be nothing. Otherwise, it's just a black screen and subtitles.
Oh, yes. The sacred text of Helvetica Bold.
I was building tension.
Tension's fine, but we could add some color. Blue. Green. Green is continenty.
Nothing says ancient cosmic creation like lime green captions.
Fine.
In the beginning, there was lime green.
Well, I guess technically it's not nothing either, because there are 3 continents at the moment.
In the beginning, there was
3 continents and PB's next shill show.
Solmira awaits its 4th land.
And this time, you get to build it.
Chat gets god powers. What could possibly go wrong?
Great weeks. Your choices will carve rivers, raise mountains, and rename everything sensible.
They show up, throw $5 at the void, and suddenly, mountains.
Very inappropriately named mountains, probably.
Oh, definitely. Someone's going to name one Mount Steve.
I was thinking more like Mount Cleve.
For 8 weeks, I shall forge a continent using chaos, questionable taste, and the collective power of monetization.
And when it's done, you'll have built a world which others can actually play in, which frankly is terrifying.
Every Friday, right here. Oh wait, guys, what do we call the show if the continent doesn't have a name yet?
Witness its birth. Name its mountains. Curse its bays. Claim its glory.
Because in the beginning, there was nothing.
In the beginning, there was...
Oh, wait, I've got it.
Genesis.
Still not changing the font though.
Okay. I'll change it.